Hey y'all, Will She here. And this is another episode of Mystery Titans Theater. We're thrilled to be back here with you for another really great one here with Sean. I think you're really going to like it. Click like, subscribe, the whole usual thing that you're supposed to do before we start our show. Follow us on Twitch as well. If you can subscribe there, that'd be great as well. Our Patreon got a great one from Sean this week. I'm going to show you that. That's right here as well. I will include a link in the description. Sean's given us some Martel versus Lawler in 85. So the gifts just keep on giving. This thing is filling up. Join the Patreon, you guys. It's seriously a lot of good stuff there. Beyond that, here's what's coming up this month. Oh, okay. Here's what's cool. So quicker turnaround this time. We had our show on February 9th. We're doing 8 days later because of Boom shows coming up. So February 17th, we got Robert Hawkins, the United Underworld. And it's back-to-back Bobs after that, because March 2nd, we got Robert Silva. Back-to-back Bobs, right? We go to New York City. Can't wait to work with him again. March 16th, James Hamilton, The Frightful Four, our 100th episode. Join us live on twitch.tv/Jarvis Washing Machine for that one, for sure. All these shows will be on that address. Next, the day before Mania, April 5th. It's just confirmed. Johnny's going to be in Philly. He's going to meet with our buddy Diamond Joe Danzo. Can't wait for that. And then on April 20th, 420, the great wrestler Nick Pesky McGregor. I'm really excited about that one. Quickly, this is Life Force for the NES. I've been playing a little bit of something called the Big 20. If you guys like speed running, look into that. I've been practicing for it. I'm good at one of the Big 20. I'm good at this. My current time to reach 50K on Life Force is 6 minutes and 26 seconds, and I think I can get it down to sub 5. But really, check out the Big 20. Look into that. I might include a link to that too. It has nothing to do with me. It's just a lot of fun, and I love watching retro video game players, and I love seeing speedrunners in that. Okay, keep going. We'll keep helping our friends out here. We're going to go from, if you've got someone with narcotics misdemeanors, you want to upgrade them to a DUI or DWI, depending on what part of the world you're from. And then finally, we're going to update that to money laundering and illegal campaign contributions. This is all I don't want to say tedious process. It's a process, but we're going to get there. And as always, enjoy the show. I want to thank you all for joining us today. I think that's it. Bye. Oh, give us money. Give us your, yeah. That's that sweet cashola. Please.
Everybody, it is Mystery Titans Theater. My name is Travis Walsh, and this is a very special episode because we are celebrating a very special very special day. But before we get to that, I got to introduce the usual gang idiots, including one of my best buddies, your friend and mine, Johnny Hedgepeth. Johnny, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. It's a happy birthday extravaganza.
Yep. And we got Antonio Rocca's in the building, but we also have the Ken Burns of Wrestling, the Chief J historian, the third brain bester, Kelly Nelson, who has put together our playlist tonight. Kelly, how are you?
Yeah, this may be my masterpiece for playlists. We'll see.
All right. Fantastic.
That's what I'm predicting.
Great. And we're doing this for a guy who just got wished happy birthday by our good friend Kevin Lyon in the chat. A man who has reached a half-century mark. Your friend and mine, give it up, the last member of the Outlaws, Sean Whittaker. Sean, how you doing, pal?
I'm doing great, boys. I got a couple days for that until that half-century mark officially hits, and then I'll be joining Johnny's club.
Yeah.
That's right.
What, the sexy motherfuckers club?
The other side of the mountain.
That
the
one
other
too,
side
that
of the
too.
mountain.
Wow.
All right.
I'll
We're all
be
soon
there.
going to be there.
I mean, like, I just saw the title, and I assume that, yeah, we're just getting a grab bag, hey?
Yeah, I
Of,
can
like,
explain
real-
this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this was a tape released in 1986.
Canada's
There was
greatest
a
athlete.
companion tape of the villains of wrestling. I had that one, but I never had this one. I've never seen this one. So yeah, it's yeah, like you said, a grab bag. And for Sean's big 50 for turning 50, what better way to celebrate that with going to the 1950s and the golden era? Because Sean is now in the golden era himself. And so this should be fun. It's about 90 minutes. There's some crazy trailers afterwards for non-wrestling stuff that we'll get a little bonus to. And first up, we got Argentina Rocca, and I have the match listing here. someone I've never heard before is who he's wrestling. Benito Gardini. And I even have a date for this first match. It's February 3rd, 1950, from Chicago. Frank Kohler, one of the main promoters in the 50s.
Fred.
And his TV show
Fred
was
Kohler.
Oh, Fred. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Kelly. I'm knee deep in all these books about this era, so
yeah,
I've
you're the expert.
got all
now.
these names in my head.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've had to talk about these guys, but yeah, this should be a fun 90 minutes of Golden Age wrestling.
Oh,
Rocky. So cool. Look at this guy, the original.
it's Antonino Rocca.
Yeah, Antonino, Argentina. The biggest star maybe in wrestling at this time, or one of them for sure.
He's
Huge
very
in
little
New York.
footage
He
of
was
him, but I
basically,
recall-
yeah.
I do recall him being a terrible announcer out there for a bit.
Oh
in
yeah,
the
he
70s,
was
right?
horrible.
Yeah,
He
he
was
was-
all of them. He was by far the worst.
He was the first of the one after another of McMahon
Yeah,
having to have
his color guy.
a color guy who speaks terrible English.
Yeah.
Ha.
Well, Bruno wasn't too bad.
Well, Bruno was
but,
fine, but
Yes.
Pat Patterson was the other one. Yeah,
Yes.
3 in a row.
You ever seen
But,
you ever seen Andre use the telephone? It's really a trip.
Rocca would just randomly scream things, but most of the time he wouldn't say anything. Yeah, and very thick. His accent was super, super thick.
That's cool. I love
But
that he
before Bruno, he was the god of New York wrestling. He appealed to Italians and Puerto Ricans because he had the mixed heritage. There was all kinds of crazy stories with him. The big riot in 1957 at the Garden in a match that he was involved with.
the Grams.
Yeah, well, it was Dr. Jerry Graham
Jerry
and Dick
Graham,
the
yeah.
Bruiser.
That's right,
The
Jerry
Bruiser
Graham.
actually
nice.
against Rocca and Edward Carpentier.
I love it. Friend of the show, Dick the Bruiser. I love the way he's
Canadian.
using his long limbs, right? Like you really get the idea of how much his height is such an advantage.
And also at the time, of course, many wrestlers at the time were like, he's not a wrestler. He's an acrobat doing high spots.
Right, of course. Spot monkey, yeah.
Yeah, but he drew the crowds. Like New York, they hadn't run shows in Madison
Oh, he's
Square
biting
Garden
his
for
toe.
11 years because of a scandal in the late 30s. And they tried to reopen it with Gorgeous George, and that didn't work out. And Gorgeous George was a huge star at the time. And they tried a few other guys, but it was Rocca who finally was able to draw consistently. And it was the ethnic draw deal, just like Bruno, just like Pedro.
Yeah, Taro letting us know Miguel Perez Sr. was his regular tag partner, so that I'm sure helped draw Puerto Ricans as well.
Yeah, like by the late 50s, New York was a tag team territory, and all the main events were tag team matches. And yeah, you had tons of cool teams, the Kangaroos and Mark Curtis and Don Lewin, or Mark Lewin and Don Curtis, sorry, when they were just very, very young.
You can hear women
Tolos
screaming
brothers.
when he jumps. You can hear the women scream.
Mm-hmm.
That's because his balls slipped out of his tights.
How dare you? It's the 50s.
Well, that crowd
You need
shot
to do-
proof that they dressed better in the 50s than we do now.
I was about to say, Sean, Boom needs to have a for that big show you guys got coming up.
Yeah.
You need a 50s night dress
Yes,
code. Everyone
yes.
has to dress nice.
Of course, oh my God, that would be incredible. Hilarious. Everybody in hats in the front row.
Yeah, it'll be segregated too. so that's
Cigarettes. Cigarettes encouraged.
You'll be given a pack of smokes at the door.
Yeah. Bones will be handing them out.
So what you really need to do with this big show, I mean, how many seats is this? You're playing the college, right?
Yeah, I probably it can go anywhere. It depends. Like we could go above 500. and it
Wow.
could go
So-
up to like 750.
Wow, so biggest show ever. So definitely the Parm has to try to get in the main event, even though nobody wants it. Is that yeah?
I love it. Well done, buddy. That's a good idea. I like it.
Drop kick from any angle, that boy Rocker.
Kevin says you might have heard a child named Tommy Young screaming as well when his balls fell out.
Oh my!
Anything you can do with your hand.
I don't know, mother. I just know one thing. I'll never touch one of those.
As delectable as it may be.
Mm-mm.
I love that.
I've watched a fair amount of footage from like the Chicago Film Archives, but there was a notable announcer that I don't hear.
That would be Russ Davis, one of my favorite.
This doesn't sound like Russ Davis.
This is
though,
not
what I'm
Russ
saying.
Davis, no.
Yeah.
Not Russ. Wow.
But he's got him down there. The human pup tent.
Human pup tent. Oh my god. The forbidden fruit.
Oh, well, as soon as I saw Rockers Nuts, I made a pup tent, if you know what I mean.
Camp sensation.
Hang your ears now.
Just we're suddenly turning Tommy Young into Mr. Garrison, and I'm all for it.
I don't even know what he sounds like.
Who, on South Park?
No, I know Garrison. I don't know.
Tommy Young? Close to it.
Oh, exactly like Mr. Garrison.
That's all he says. That's enough. You've had your turn. Now look out, brother. Hip roll.
Hip roll.
Hip roll.
This is great. Nice. Fucking asshole. He just looks like a dude who's legit pissed off, fighting in his socks. Fuck you, man. They put two guys who are in their underwear.
He's the superintendent, and he's had
Yes.
enough.
Yes.
Boom.
Fuck. Oh yeah. That drop kick.
Remember, Rock is the one who was on the cover of Superman.
Yes. The only pro wrestler to be on a cover of a
Oh really?
comic from that era. Yeah.
What year was it?
62, I want to say. So this
Fucking
was his
torture
finish.
rack.
Right? Argentina.
Fucking
Back
burning
there.
hammer. Drops it up.
Yeah,
Drops it.
basically the torture rack. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, another day at the office. Rocca wins. I barely wear any clothes. What are you going to do about it? I like that guy.
Yeah, me too.
Here we go. So that's, of course, Luthez, and the original Jules Strongbow was interviewing him. This is from LA,
Mhm.
obviously.
Is this the International Amphitheater too, where the Chicago Films Archive stuff is from?
The first
Kevin
one,
Baskin.
the first match may have been. I just have Chicago. I don't have the arena. This next one's going to be from Santa Monica, California, apparently. So
I just wish
Heroes,
my son Kevin Arnold wasn't such a massive disappointment.
He's probably funnier than Kevin Hart was on the on that sports thing the other day.
didn't see that.
Got to be on the announcement for the World Cup, which is coming in a couple years to North America and Mexico and there's going to be seven games in Vancouver of all places.
Right.
And he gets to crack
Of all
jokes with
places in that small town, Vancouver. Of all
exactly. Yeah, we're getting one more game than Toronto. So us West
Yeah,
Coasters
well, because
can
they
cheer.
have a teeny stadium compared to BC
Yeah.
Place.
And it's, man, keep bringing in real turf. I heard is going to be.
Yeah, they're bringing in grass into BC Place. There's a whole bunch of, obviously the majority of the games are going to be hosted in the U.S. But
Yeah. Will we get a
yeah,
Canadian game? Do you think?
Vancouver promise
if
we're
it-
guaranteed to get two.
Mhm. Toronto
So
gets
they-
the first one, and
Vancouver
Vancouver gets the next
plays
two.
the opener in Toronto,
Man,
and then
that would be something.
there's going to be a lottery to get tickets.
A World Cup, yeah. See a World Cup goal in Canada. Dang.
Well, to be fair, Travis, we had World Cup goals in 2015, but it was for the women's game, not the men's.
I hear you.
So this is Vic Christie. Is the
Vic
opponent for
Christie,
Fez.
whose name rung a bell, and now I know why. He was an actor as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was in Get Smart and I Spy.
Using the LA connection.
Man,
wisely.
Making cookies before developing his time entirely to making cookies and going simply by Mister.
And he was in Star Trek the original series, so
cool.
Fantastic.
He's a real one.
Bonanza. You know he was in Bonanza, Travis.
Would have to be. With a cleft chin like that.
Yep. He has three in 3 different westerns. He's got the same credit, Townsman.
I love it.
Let me guess. He was
Need
in
a
the Big
townsman
Valley.
you call Vic Christie.
Gunsmoke, I assume.
Gunsmoke, Mission Impossible, The Virginian.
Awesome. Man, busy guy. I love it.
Banachek. He was the Shaft TV show. 3 episodes of Kojak.
Who loves you, baby?
Wow.
Quincy? Did he make it on Quincy?
No. I think he died by then.
Yeah.
The last thing he was in right after he died was, oh God, I remember this. They showed us this in school. One of those terrible live action Disney movies from '76. Gus, the football kicking mule.
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah, I must have saw that when I was a kid on The Wonderful World of
Sorry,
Disney.
his final credit was a posthumous credit from 1973.
76.
76. Okay, because of course.
Az was so awesome. I wish we had
Yeah.
tons of his matches out there.
Well, one of our favorite people from the interwebs has, I've seen, posted a trove of some LA interviews and stuff, which features Freddie Wacky, so I'm going to give that a watch.
Thanks for bringing that up. Yeah, Charles is
doing the Lord's work.
Acquired some old footage somehow, a lot that has never been really circulated before from the 50s and 60s.
Wow.
Just recently. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm going to totally dive right into that shit.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Also, I saw somebody's putting together a Bruno collection as well on YouTube that I follow. One of our guys that we follow.
Oh, really?
Wrestling playlist on YouTube, Kevin.
Oh, good. Let them do all the work for me to cherry pick.
I mean, I think I've seen almost every Bruno match there is available.
Maybe this guy has some secret tips.
That's another one. I mean, there's so many guys from the 50s and 60s that just, if we had the footage, it would be like a whole new ball game.
Yeah.
Or top 10 lists. And
I'd love to see young monster heel from Manchuria Monsoon.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. Like
similar thing.
So much of that stuff.
This similar thing happened a few years ago when there was the exposure to the French catch stuff, which I picked through. I mean, there's tons of crazy stuff that impresses me from that geographical region. It goes back.
Yeah, well, yeah, because it was unknown outside of Europe, basically. No, I love those.
I taught Nora that move. Recently when I was putting her to bed. What do you think of that? What do you think of that, pal?
Don't spoil anything, Travis. I'm sure that's going to make an appearance on Boom sometime, where she has to.
She's going to get even by smashing a chair over him while he's taking a bath, like Homer.
It's like Homer, yes. That's pretty basic stunt, Dad. Hilarious.
And it's Faz moving into an Indian deathlock.
What do you think of these balls, pal?
Quite around to the proper point, though, to where he can get the leverage on Christie's leg.
Well, they're pretty impressive, Lou, but they're no. You want to see balls? Dan Blocker? Whew, what a set!
It's interesting to watch a match like this. You watch the little things that way because you see how these boys that are on the side.
Oh yeah, so tomorrow, you guys, as I mentioned on Twitter, I'm getting a root canal.
Yeah.
Speaking of clubs you don't want to join, Travis.
Yeah.
I'm in the club who's had a root canal.
Yeah. Not a good time?
Well, usually a few hours after it's done, you want to have a few drinks.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything
Well,
just to get rid of the taste of the freezing and the.
I'm the same. I'm the same way after a cleaning. So I mean, it's.
Yeah. I've talked to people who've had one. I hear that the actual operation is not the bad. It's like the capping afterwards that's no fun. But
isn't it quite long? Like
2 hours.
Quite long.
Yeah, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was my
I've had teeth extracted, but I've never had a root canal.
Yeah. Well, here
I don't think
so
I
funny.
ever will.
Our buddy
I'll just have
Adam,
them yank out more teeth.
Adam Payton. It's when I told him I was getting a root canal. He's like, "What are you in the '80s?" It's such a 80s thing. Well, I got to get a root canal done.
Just get it yanked out. It's quick and easy.
Yeah.
I've got a standing appointment for a root canal. To be honest, it doesn't hurt, but my dentist has been like, one of these days, we got to do this.
It'll get you eventually.
Don't risk an abscess. That's all I'm going to tell you.
I had bad. Here we go.
Wow.
Young,
Carpaccio,
young
Valentino,
and
young
Baron.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Eduardo.
Salad
He's pretty legendary. Yeah.
This may be from Canada actually, because Valentino wrestled a lot in Toronto when he was young.
The referee, Eddie Creechman.
Eddie Creechman?
Creechman. Wow.
That's never.
I didn't know he was a referee, but it is him. You can tell.
Yeah, that's the Sheik's second manager, the one with the giant Star of David.
Yeah. Yeah, this one doesn't have it. There's no details for this one from the listing I'm looking at, so I don't know where this is from. But I'm gonna bet Canada. Maybe. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say the ring announcer almost had like a Quebecois accent.
Yeah. We'll go with that. Somewhere in Canada.
I remember
probably early 60s.
First time I heard of or saw Carpentier was like 85 WWF. Like he showed up because they had absorbed IW whatever.
The IWA, I think it was the IWA.
Yeah, Bravo's
Montreal territory.
Yeah, Montreal.
Yeah, from Montreal. Yeah.
And he was like an old guy who was jacked and doing all these flips, and he totally like jumped off the screen and like, who's this guy? Because he was
and he was in that Legends Battle Royal that we watched on Titans years ago.
But he looked like $1 million, and that was in '85, and this is 30 years earlier.
25 maybe.
25?
Yeah,
at least 25.
Yeah. No, he kept himself in good shape. He was another one, like he was even better than Rocco. Like Rocco was, we just saw his match, so we know he wasn't the smoothest guy. Carpentier he could do the high flying stuff, but he was a lot smoother than Rocco.
Carpentier tying up Valentino. And it's very hard to describe a hole such as this.
I love that Good Time Video had to make sure that we knew that Valentino was actually the legendary Baron Cicluna.
I know. That's funny.
I'm surprised that Good Time Video also put out wrestling because I have a lot of.
Yeah. What else did they make?
Well, I mean, take a guess.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
That's what I was assuming. But as I said, we're going to see some trailers after this.
It's good times. Hey, everybody, you feel like stroking your dick or watching some wrestling?
Or both.
Under the right place. Yes.
You can do both, really, with wrestling.
Good times.
You're not kidding, pal.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
Somebody kill that guy.
The monster himself.
That's made
History's greatest monster. That's what they called the Behind the Bastards series on Vince
last
year.
That's right. Yeah.
They're going to have to do an update. Episode. Because that, it trumps everything that they talked about in that.
No shit. Hey, no shit.
Especially because maybe this time he'll be quoting the Wall Street Journal instead of Headlocks from Hell or whatever dumb book.
That's actually not a bad book. It's called
Sex Lies and Headlocks.
Sex Lies. Yeah, the title's stupid, but it's actually well done. It's by Mike Mooneyham, who's a respected journalist.
Yeah, I read it on a plane, but it's a lot of shoot interview rumor shit too. So
listen to all of the Titan Gate stuff though, man, over the last 2 weeks. Jeepers Creepers, all those Donahue and Geraldo episodes are fucking wild, man.
I'd love to do the
Fun and
Donahue show because it's such a disaster. It's wild. We should do it on this show.
Yeah. With like that guy, what's that guy named Barney, the mark they had in the crowd who later sued them as well. Like they're all just like these different levels of con artists. But then all these like legit or like the accusations. And I want to keep this party going. Sorry. But Rita Chatterton deserves way more than
Brett apologized to her.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I teased that I might go on a couple rants during our 90 minutes here, but I'm gonna have to put away my lawyer hat when watching this old footage and talking about the
because it was totally non-sleazy in the 50s.
Yeah,
this exactly.
Is what it was. Pure as the driven snow, pure as the black socks we wrestled in.
Well, if you know Billy Wolf, who was the promoter of women's wrestling in the 40s and 50s, those stories are Vince like
really?
basically
like
where
do you think Moolah learned it from?
Coach.
Yeah.
Well, he was just one of God knows how many, I'm sure.
The Carney Code, baby.
Fucking Carpentier also here is a fucking unit, dude.
Yeah. That ref is great too, man.
Eddie Creechman.
Where do you think this is, Kelly? If you guess.
I'm gonna guess Ontario, but could be Quebec too.
Right down the road.
Almost positive that it's Canadian.
Yeah.
Considering all the people
hot crowd, love it.
So, considering all the Canadians in the crowd, I mean, you all look the same to me.
Yeah.
No, I didn't say that. I said those people involved. So Cicluna,
the bouncy faces like South Park.
Could be in Michigan for all we know.
Kevin says to read the Mildred Burke book if you can find it. But that's where you learn a lot about Billy Wolf.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I've read that
Queen
book.
Of the Ring. Yeah. It's one of the better wrestling history books ever.
Ooh, I love that. Man, I'm thinking about a 50s night, man. How great would that be?
I've got ideas.
Yeah, and I want to get the crowd to show up looking the 50s too, but the wrestlers, because we got the time machine aspect.
There we go.
Guys, I've been writing things down.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll go pull out my grandfather's fedora that I have in a closet somewhere.
I'm full of ideas. I'll give you
for the show.
The Parm trying to steal the main event, a 50s night. Not for the wrestlers, definitely just for the crowd. You have to have a dress code to get in.
Yeah, with the time machine, you can do Back to the Future.
Right.
An all-time classic movie, one of my all-time favorites.
Kevin says, "Hey, how do we not know this is? How do we know this is not from Malta?"
Well,
that's the
biggest. Tried to find evidence.
This man is the biggest motherfucker I've ever
look
seen.
at it. You could show a movie on his back.
I'm sure those are padded shoulders.
It might be Toronto if they had built the.
I think it's Lord Athol.
That's Lord Athol. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So this must be Toronto, or Ontario somewhere.
We last time we saw him was I Want to Hurt People.
Yep.
Right.
And he's been in the Detroit footage too. Yeah. All that. There was so much overlap with Detroit and Toronto because
totally, yeah.
Of course.
Again, Sean, I'm reading the Sheik biography now. I'm about a quarter of the way through it. It's fantastic.
Excellent. I'll have to give it a read.
He's got a Gorilla Monsoon bio coming out at some point this year. That should be amazing.
Appointment view.
Hey!
Speaking of God, Bruno.
The Magnificent Maurice definitely sounds like a made-up fucking name. Like you'd see that on Laverne and Shirley if they did their wrestling episode.
If they were doing like a wrestling episode. But he was a top name in the 50s and 60s.
Oh, I've heard of him. Yeah.
This is from Buffalo. Steel Belt Wrestling, 1963.
See, I thought Lou Costello had already died, but
we know it's at the start of Bruno's career because he's doing drop kicks.
Drop kicks, like wild out of control,
so to speak.
Yeah. They shook hands. They shook hands, and Bruno just starts kicking his ass.
Just launched himself.
Now the two Goliaths engage in a bit of stand-up Indian wrestling.
Stand-up Indian wrestling.
Kevin giving you props, Johnny, for the Last Action Heroes recommendation.
Oh yeah, cool, man. Yeah,
He's almost done it. He's almost done with it.
Yeah, it's a fun read.
That is a large referee.
James Hamilton DM me about he bought the William Friedkin memoirs and read them, and he's
Johnny
loves them as much as mine. Yeah.
Recommending books. He should start like a YouTube channel.
It's the MTT book club.
These lunatics. Get the fuck out of here! Who are you watching? I'm sorry.
It's Bruno
Sammartino and
wow.
Magnificent Maurice.
Wow. What year is this?
63.
63, according to
Crazy.
PWO.
So how many matches of Bruno do we have in the 60s?
Not a lot. Some from Japan. There's like a random one against George Steele. Yeah, not much.
And he's
some
champion.
clips against Freddie Blassie.
There's some footage from Toronto, but it's silent.
Yeah, more clips
and clipped.
Love it. Sorry, Frank, but he bothers me. Taking out the knees, nice it.
There it is. It's all over for the Magnificent Maurice.
Bear hugger, maybe we'll get to see his old backbreaker finish, the one over the top that he stopped using after his back.
No, it's over.
That's it.
That's a dead man.
It's over. So this man is dead. This man is dead.
I told him it would happen.
Well, we can also tell them Bruno hadn't invested in hair product yet.
Yes,
exactly. Yeah, he was already going bald.
I love that background,
just
man.
Flying through the matches here.
Yeah.
I'd like to think, Johnny, that you and I should maybe invest in some hair products.
Yeah. So this is gonna be
cool.
Fun. Oh my God! The actual Nazi.
Oh yeah, the Von Hesses.
This is Capital Wrestling from Washington. Yeah, Von
This is WWF
pre WWF. Yeah, but Vince Senior promoted.
The Von Hesses were Nazis, and the Nazi is
get out of here.
Ricky Starr.
Even back then, it was always right to punch a Nazi.
That's right. Especially if the guy doing the punching is Ricky Starr, whose gimmick was, and it was true, he was a ballet dancer. So Ricky Starr kind of has is he gay? But he's a baby face in the 50s because he's a flashy ballet dancer. It was like when Fred Flintstone took ballet so he could bowl.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the ring announcer, Johnny, was you remember that ring announcer from MSG that was really horrible that time, the 1975 show? Friendly Bob Freed, I believe.
Friendly Bob Freed.
That's him. Yeah.
At this time, ladies and gentlemen,
I'd like to do a tight five.
201 pounds.
Hey, hockey pucks.
He's taking a few hockey pucks.
His ears are the size of hockey pucks.
Hey,
he's almost got a Tim Hunter schnoz to him.
Almost.
That's a very Canadian in joke there.
Vancouver and Calgary.
Vancouver and Calgary.
Yeah, Friendly Joe.
Is this guy completely naked? Here. The naked Nazi. He's gonna open up. There's nothing on underneath.
The thing is, most of the German heels weren't Nazis. They were more like World War One.
Yeah,
right. Kaisers.
Yeah, from that era, not the.
But the Von Hesses kind of were Nazis, right? I mean,
yeah. Well, the ones with like Von, they were always like more the old.
Kevin's asking if that announcer, the guy who mispronounced Greg Valentine's name.
Yes, yeah, Greg Valentine.
Yeah, if you have a Von in your name, you're like.
Is this a gay gimmick?
German.
He's a ballet dancer. I told you.
Oh, okay.
He's a baby face, and he was ex-ballet dancer. So yes,
he
was gay coded, but he was also a baby face.
But he was always a baby face.
Fascinating.
Also with the bare feet in the Rocca vein.
Tradition.
Because they wouldn't let they would have let him wear the ballet slippers, so he had to go barefoot.
Yeah, that would have been too much. That would have caused riots.
Dude, that's totally amazing. That's like that Bugs Bunny cartoon.
Uh-huh.
Like the
Yeah, well, there may be
fucking
parodying him.
awesome, man. Yeah.
See now, this is a guy you call Twinkle Toes, and it's
Yes.
not a gay
Yeah.
euphemism.
Yeah. It's my actual. It's my God-given name.
I
He's
do
earning
believe
that. He's earning that sobriquet.
I do believe Cornette
Wow.
does not
Triple
mean that
axle.
as a. I do believe that Cornette does not mean that as a gay insult at Omega, because he's as old as I am, and Twinkle Toes, the first thing you think of is this and Fred Flintstone.
And Fred Flintstone, I was going to say.
Von Hess has got a lot of tats.
Yeah.
He almost has on, aren't they?
I was reading in the Sheep book about one tag team. It wasn't the one with Chris Colt, but it was a Hell's Angels tag team who were billed as brothers, but behind the scenes, everyone knew they were a couple.
Oh, really? You sure it wasn't Chris Colt? Because I think he made.
No, because it wasn't his name, unless he used a different name. Like,
Man, maybe. Well, yeah, but he was definitely in a Hell's Angels tag.
Uh-huh. Oh, that
I love it.
the new season of Dark Side of the Ring has a Chris Colt episode, which I cannot wait to see.
And Chris Adams.
Go out my way to see that.
Yeah,
one.
and Chris Adams. But see, Chris Colt's the one no one's ever heard of. But if you know, you know.
Unless you're like us, really deep down. Deep.
He's the craziest wrestler of all time,
Cool.
maybe.
All right.
Yeah.
Look
and
at
he
this.
works like interesting.
Man, I love it. Especially because it's to a German. Here's a wet
look. He's a wet tip.
It's
cleaning his
delicious.
ears.
You want some? This is fucked up.
You got something in here. You got something in here.
So much character. I've lasted 8 seconds, cowboy. I don't know why my eyes.
That's how you shame a Nazi. You ride him like a horse and clean his ears.
Slap him in the face, yes.
Yeah.
Just 1 minute. I've got hangnail.
Just got to stretch my toes.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, receptive. The crowd
Not that there's anything wrong with it.
Well, we were talking earlier about the famous Rocco riot, and I was thinking back to the Star
Jesus
riot.
Christ. Look at this.
This is in the 60s.
He's the baby face.
Yeah, that's wild.
He's taunting that Nazi with his sweet, sweet ass.
Amazing to create that dynamic back then where it's like, what are we going to do? Cheer for the Nazi?
Yeah. Really had no choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, Ricky Starr never was a heel.
I know, that's what I mean.
He's a
right?
baby face.
But
And he was legitimately a ballet dancer, which is awesome.
I could tell, yeah.
The star answers them in sign language.
Oof. He was using his dick.
Means go fuck yourself.
Jeez, you can tell he's a ballet dancer. Look at the front of his tights. It's like that scene from Top Secret.
That's why he's like where inspiration for Finn Balor.
Yeah.
Top secret. Holy fuck.
That was my favorite thing when Balor was a babyface and wore the little tights. His pose was literally just to lean against the ropes and stick his cock out, and the camera would catch it. Because when you're working with meat like that, you're like, here it is, ladies.
That's Zucker, right? As well. Top Secret.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's what Kevin was saying. He's also just finished the making of Airplane as well.
That's my next book I want to get. I heard it was hilarious. There we go.
Oh, I've never seen Top Secret.
I saw it when I was a kid. It's a long time ago.
I saw it in the theater when it came out. Laughed my ass off.
Top Secret?
Yeah.
I love the slap. It is so just humiliating.
I don't think that Ricky meant to hit.
Was the master race? How dare you?
We don't get much wrestling down here, but we do have a lot of fun.
Well, Star it maybe was a coded Jewish gimmick. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Well, David Starr wasn't he?
Let me get a nice look at this. Got here. What are you working with?
Oh, hey, Fritz. Ooh,
He's giving him a tickle.
He's gold dusting.
Oh, he does have the ballerina slippers on.
Yeah,
Oh, he does. Okay.
Yeah. It was like that time when we couldn't tell that those guys' leggings were
Right.
Right. That was
Right.
the funniest fucking thing.
Yeah, aside from having heel versus face dynamics, it says top versus bottom dynamics.
Hey.
I say power bottom. Vaughn has.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're getting a lot out of doing nothing here. Kevin's saying it's awesome.
But none of this is like it's 50s wrestling is so slow and boring. This is
I know this is awesome.
No,
this might be my favorite one so far.
Biggest misnomers in wrestling out there is that 50s wrestling is boring. Even 30s wrestling that we've watched is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody does. We've seen like 8 of those already. The dropping shin onto a guy's throat. Someone needs to bring that back.
Phil prefers not to speak.
Longest match we've had so far, I think.
Well, we're in the middle of the face and peril segment, so to speak of it.
Yeah.
Wait, the Nazi's the face?
No,
Wait, what's
quite the opposite.
He's the.
I mean, Star's been taking the offense.
Yeah,
He's taking the offense. I was like,
he was. Well, yeah, Hess finally got some heat on him.
He got some. That's what I'm saying. Hess got some licks in.
Yum. Yeah, he says get some licks in. I look down, and out of the shadows comes Sean going, I said it with a big
It's my birthday. What you gonna do about it, Hedgie?
Ricky reminds me a lot of those.
Well, I got some licks in is going on the title list for the birthday boy.
Perfect.
Ricky's hair is set by Eddie Taylor, who also is our
Eddie Taylor? The Eddie Taylor? Jesus.
Bob Freed does his nails.
Bob Freed does his nails.
It's funny. All the things that made Gorgeous George a heel, they're
made
emphasizing
Ricky Starr a babyface.
Ricky Starr. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Well, because Ricky Starr didn't taunt the fans, he taunted his opponent. Oh, now he's taunting him with something else. Nice.
Just like the midgets do it.
I've never seen a midget do that.
Oh, any man about town has seen a midget do that at least once or twice in their life.
You can't walk through Central Park without seeing midgets doing backflips everywhere.
The big city.
And that's it.
Yeah, quick roll up.
Nice.
Oh,
yeah. Go.
Is this like a special guest referee?
It's got to be a guest referee, yeah.
That was telling.
That was hilarious.
I wonder who the guest referee was.
Yeah.
Kelly, did you catch it? They said that friendly Bob Freed does Ricky Starr's nails.
Yeah.
Very friendly
or his hair. No, his hair.
No, that was another guy. Friendly Bob Freed does his nails.
Oh,
yeah. No,
nails. Okay.
They were saying that a manicure is a worth thing.
He's friendly. You know what? And his announcing here in the 50s sounded great. And he had a great look. Maybe by the 70s, he was just, his brain
I don't think he did another
brain was
show
cooked on booze. He had wet brain.
I think he had a wet liver by then, Johnny.
John Moxley. This guy looks like John Moxley.
Years.
It's John Moxley.
This guy's built. What are you talking about? This guy has a good body. He doesn't look like Moxley.
So funny. It's like a Three Stooges routine or like a Charlie Chaplin short.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
no. The Nazi outsmarted him.
Now are we gonna have a
Stare
Yeah.
down. This is
This is-
WrestleMania.
This
This is gonna be the main
Nothing
event.
has changed. Now they're gonna end up having a match.
The
This,
hell was
nothing has
that?
changed.
Come on, man. I was trying to hold him.
You weren't holding him right.
This is how you
screwed
do
up.
it,
That's
dummy.
hilarious.
Okay.
Giving skills.
Let me
skills
show
Think of this.
That's
He's
how you
giving
do it.
demonstrations.
See,
That's
I
how you do
forgot
full
about
Nelson.
You know, you held that a little. You know, they held that a little too close there, Star.
Butcher Boy Hennig. That's Larry Hennig.
Is it?
It's
We'll
gotta
see.
be.
No.
It's not?
It's an
Okay.
actual Henning.
Henning,
Okay.
yeah. I always,
it was
dude,
Henning.
I made that mistake for most of my life.
Yeah,
That there was an ing
It's a
at the
very
end of.
common
Oh,
mistake.
okay.
Certainly pronounced
no,
like
that's
there's
not
another
Larry
N in
Hennig.
there.
What's he got a
Henning.
handcuff in his tights there?
Yeah.
Talk about a
Like a zip
grizzled
tie?
old veteran.
Oh.
I think
He
this
looks
is
like
Buffalo
Rudy from the
again.
first season of Survivor.
There you go. October 24th, 1958, Buffalo, New York, Steel Belt Wrestling.
58. Well,
Spencer
Vern lost his
J-
hair in a hurry then, because when we
Oh,
watched
yeah.
him wrestle Fez, he was
You
the
dumb motherfucker, Vern.
Mm-hmm.
handsome young
Yeah.
challenger.
Yep.
Wait.
Only a couple years later, he looked like this pretty
You
much.
got there some rocking chairs? That's the dumbest Vern quote ever. What do you mean,
Especially-
like rocking chairs?
Especially because I still don't believe it. Like, he didn't know what rock and roll was. I was like, wait a minute, you promoted, you got a guy named Rock and Roll Buck Zumhoff who
Buck
plays rock and
Zumhoff.
roll.
Yeah, he's in the
Yeah.
chairs. He sells rocking chairs down the street.
Oh, no, that's
Yes.
I don't know why he carries
those are
a boombox
those are
out.
dolls chairs, Vern. They're in the back of his van with the puppies and the candy.
Yeah, it's cool. It's rock, baby.
Well, maybe he didn't know what rock is,
Around the
'cause
clock.
He promoted Wrestle Rock and did a rap song.
That's right.
So
The Wrestle Rock rap. Oh, yeah.
he was doing the rock rap thing before Run DMC and Aerosmith.
I never liked rock and roll. I was a big fan of rap from the early days.
Yeah, he was a big fan. Vern was a big fan of Grandmaster Flash.
Yeah, oh yeah. He was going to those parties in the Bronx in the early 70s where it started.
Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. It's like a jungle sometimes. Getting better at my Vern.
Yeah,
That's
from now on, Vern is the cowardly lion, and I like it. I'm here for it.
Put
And
'em on.
Apparently the Cowardly Lion's from like Fargo or something.
That's right. Okay, there. It's like a jungle sometimes that makes me wonder.
The wonderful thing about Tigger, or Tigger, the wonderful thing.
Yeah, he is part Tigger. Vern is part Tigger.
Mhm. You did say Tigger, Vern, right? Okay,
Yes,
thank you.
yes, yes.
White trash.
Wait, we just got bleeped on. We just got taken down from Twitch.
well, we're talking about his love of rap music.
It's boy.
As the company says,
He's
we
gonna
gotta
turn
have
into
good
it.
times on the home video.
Yeah.
Oh, that hurts.
I've been.
He is still saying no.
Picture
though.
another guy with his just laying in front. Slow. That's how Vern likes it.
The other that
Look at that. He's
the
itching
guy in the
all
next match
He's laying
enters.
on the pain and pressure now.
Uh
I'm cashing in my briefcase.
But we've got to give him credit for
huh.
not
Boing.
a lot of pain. And it's easy to give up in there, you know. It's easy to say I've had enough, but he's not doing it.
That's not that easy, is it?
I got an immunity idol. Come on, I shouldn't even be in this match.
I didn't know Spencer Tracy did some reffing.
Yeah. Everybody looks like they're from one of those movies so far.
Henning is trying to get hold
It's
of
a bad
Gagne.
day at Black Rock here in the ring.
Rather short. He did get hold of a knee.
Hands off the ears.
Size.
Kind of got a bit of Robards to him as well.
Jason Robards.
Yes.
A little. He reminds me of young Robert Duvall as Boo Radley.
He was.
Uh,
Vern
he's-
was trying to get it off. Well, he beat him over the head with it.
See a little bit of Coach from Cheers as well.
Is there an Ernie Pertuso here?
That's you, Coach.
Speaking.
Now Henning is in control. He's got an arm lock there, using that right leg of his to do it.
All right, so this feels a bit more of like what people stereotypically think of when they think of this era of wrestling, right?
Yeah, right, but you got this. But you know what? Speed this up just a little more. Speed this up more and make them reverse it real fast so it looks phony. And it's in every fucking indie right now. It's still grappling, but it is kind of dull.
Half crab. Shout out to Brady Malibu, who never misses an opportunity to tell you.
Hold on, Travis. Hold on a second. Where did he learn that?
Yes. From our pal Lance Storm.
Lance Thunderstorm.
That's right. The T stands for thunder.
The T stands for thunder. Lance T Storm.
Always been a fan of Storms. Good wrestler.
I've always been a Lance Storm fan.
How can you not be?
I believe, dude.
Kelly and I got to see him very early days.
Right.
1992.
He had shaved head. He had like his buzz cut, but with like a blonde rat tail. A blonde rat tail.
Rat tail. Yeah.
I still like to think that someone in WWF creative in the early 2000s was fucking around this one message board we hung out at, where because we were all just noticing the size of Lance Storm's hog and making jokes about it, and people were making photoshops and stuff, and it was a joke. And like 2 months later, that was his goddamn gimmick, and he was
hilarious,
teaming with Val Venis. Yeah, he wasn't all that happy about it. It lasted 2 weeks.
Yeah, but Venus was actually also a good wrestler. His gimmick was not the best, but he was.
He's gone nutters as
yeah,
of
he's
late.
gone.
Yeah.
I'm
libertarian.
Oh yeah.
He was complaining recently that he's not in the new video game. It's like they're trying to erase my career, and someone just tweeted, "Good."
Cancel culture strikes again.
The kids can't have the porn star on the fake porn star on the show.
Yep.
My wife loved him because she'd watch with me, and when he'd come out and do his intro, when he goes, "Hello, ladies. You could call this leg Christmas, and you could call this leg New Year's. So why don't you spend a little time between the holidays?" And my wife just laughed and laughed. She thought it was great. Rick Rude was also one of her favorites too, so it's kind of similar.
My mom had a thing for Rick Rude of all wrestlers.
Of all the what, like that's surprising. He was gorgeous.
Well, I don't know. It's to think of my mom
getting wet for Rick Rude.
But men at all is just
my
did well with me. Oh, looks like we might get a knockout finish.
Is it?
Wow.
He did that. He hurt his arm so much that he quit. That stunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a mystery titan for you. You don't know what you're gonna get.
But everything else that we'd seen there's Don Rickles.
Don Rickles, obviously. Yeah. Don Rickles. Wow.
Henning, where's that? Where are you from?
The good news is you're going to be all right. The bad news is some Puerto Ricans have stolen your hubcaps.
I'm just kidding. I love everybody. Okay, I've never heard of either of these guys, and I've got a pretty
really?
Good...
You've never heard of Stan Lee? He shortened his name later.
Really? And he grew his hair?
Yes.
Gene Stanley was Mr. America. He was briefly like a big name.
Okay, I've heard of that.
This is from the same show as the first match, the Rocca match, February 3rd, 1950, Chicago. And his opponent
Excelsior
is more well known for being a wrestling promoter in New York that Vince Sr. had to battle with later in the late 50s. Kola Quara. I don't know how to.
It's easy for you to say.
Wow. Holy shit.
What's
the
He's the bald guy. Dean Stanley
capacity at what did they draw at this show?
If it's in the International Amphitheater, it could fit about 10,000.
That's wild, Kelly, because the Death of the Territories book that I read, that you read, like talks about every instance of promoters fucking with each other, more or less. It doesn't include that one.
Oh, really?
No.
Yeah. In the late 50s, like Vince Sr., MSG, nobody was having consistent success there, so it was kind of open. And then Vince Sr. used his TV in New York from Washington, and that went over big time. It was considered like a cutting edge TV show at the time, wrestling TV show. But then, even then, he had to struggle with this guy, and then what was the other guy's name? Jack Pfeffer.
Jack Pfeffer, yeah, Jack Pfeffer.
Yeah.
And then there was that short-lived federation in the 75 that did that great big show in the Roosevelt Stadium.
Yeah, that was much later. This was like a war just to promote at MSG.
MSG,
and at one point, Vince Sr. lost control to. It was like a combination of Pfeffer, Cola, and there was another guy.
You know what? That might be in the book because Pfeffer rings a bell. Because the fun thing about the book is it's all about at the end of how fucking the sex criminal, old pervy, ended up taking over, but it explains how he just did it on a bigger scale of what everyone had already been trying to do to each other since wrestling existed. It's just one example of another of everybody doing it.
There was
a good summary, Johnny.
Chicago wrestling, Fred Kohler, he attempted to go national in the 50s. He was one of the guys who tried to draw in New York and couldn't. He used Vern.
Look at the energy here, man. Holy shit. This is awesome.
But even
fuck, come on. What are you gonna do?
This guy.
Oh, I thought he was gonna do something fucking nuts there.
He's like, these ropes are too fucking loose. I'm gonna kill myself.
How am I gonna do a 450, bro?
Certainly got the crowd up and
yeah. But and also while McMahon was doing it in the 80s, Crockett was doing the same fucking thing at the same time.
Yeah.
And Crockett's money ran out.
All the Southern territory started to fold, and he just started to.
He started buying them up. Vince just went in and put them as.
He didn't need to pay for them. Yeah. That was
Vince did the only ones Vince bought. He then just didn't pay for, like
exactly.
Stu and Gene and Mike LaBelle.
Yeah, Stu got screwed out of that. Well, he got to promote again, but he didn't. I don't think he got any money.
You know what? and you know what? What he did with Stu, Stu, and what he did with LaBelle is what he did with this woman, and that's why we all know about this now.
Yeah, that was my first thought when I read that he stiffed her on the payments. Was that he did the same thing to Stu Hart in 1984? Except he didn't get to bone Stu Hart, but
who did other than Tiger Lily?
Someone posted a picture.
Wrestling is all about people behaving badly.
Yeah, someone posted a picture recently of what Helen Hart looked like as a young lady.
Oh yeah, she was smoking.
Again, a smoke show.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
from New York,
Long Island.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Stu also was but Stu
was
also
like Don Draper
like
back then.
Stu looked like a movie star.
Yeah,
the famous shot of him, he's sitting there with his movie star hair, his great physique, wearing his tights with his legs totally spread with his giant Canadian package. Right,
it's on the cover of his biography.
Yeah,
that exact picture.
Arms on his, our hands on his hips. Yeah.
That should be on your money.
Yep.
Another one. If
the United States would surrender to us within months.
It'd be 1812 all over again.
Yes.
No, he was an amazing athlete. If World War II hadn't happened, he would have been an Olympian.
Touchdowns and turnbuckles. Do we have one more before?
Yeah. Ryan and I recorded it yesterday, and it's dropping Super Bowl Sunday, the finale.
Perfect. I've really been enjoying Ryan and Justin's. They've been going down every match of the every single Mania match in quick little YouTube video snippets.
Oh, really?
They're at like 200
those guys are
or
insane.
something. Yep, they are.
Yeah.
But they've been good. They've been really good.
Yeah, we talked about Dick the Bruiser, Mongo, who just was elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It was great timing.
Cool.
Big Van Vader and Leo Nomalini, a name that not too many people will recognize, but he was a major football star.
Yeah, I know
in the
that.
1950s.
I know that name.
Yeah, for the San Francisco 49ers.
It's crazy how much, like, I'm not a football guy. So when the first time I ever remembered McMichael, even though I watched the 85 Bears, was WCW. And first time, like, this ex-football guy, this guy's the worst announcer I've ever fucking heard. I couldn't fucking stand him. And then in the Horseman, I was like, this big clod, why is he a fucking horseman? That doesn't make any sense.
I didn't like it either.
And but apparently Flair loved it because he partied like Flair or loved to party. Yeah. But then since then, I watched the 85 Bears documentary and I got to know more about him. And I was like, McMichael's is fucking awesome. He's a fucking awesome dude.
Yeah,
I've come to appreciate him too.
You put the next one on the Palm feed, right, Kelly?
Yeah, it'll be a week after it's on YouTube.
YouTube, yeah, 1 week later there, Kevin.
So I got a pop quiz question for Kelly. Since we're talking about football players and ex-football players, who's
pop quiz hot shot?
Who do you think was the best wrestler that came from that pro football background?
That's a big
cover.
So who was the best at professional wrestling?
Right, who had a football background?
From the NFL or college?
Or CFL, doesn't matter to me.
Well, if any, we did a whole bunch. We did everything. We did CFL, college, NFL, AFL. The best,
and of course,
Dusty Rhodes.
Well, yeah, I mean, he did have a football background. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of guys you could say. Ted DiBiase, Tito's, all those West Texas State guys. Stan Hansen, Bruiser Brody.
Stan Hansen. The answer is Stan Hansen, then, I think.
Ernie Ladd.
Ernie Ladd.
You can Ernie Ladd. Yeah.
Wahoo McDaniel. I mean, come on. Wahoo got to be a star in the NFL and a star. Yeah, but
we're talking
technically
who's the best wrestler.
Yeah, best wrestler. Wahoo McDaniel is awesome.
He's great, but I don't think he's better than Stan Hansen.
Brian Pillman.
I think he is better than Stan Hansen. I've seen young Wahoo. I've seen younger Wahoo, and he is.
Of course, there was another pretty famous guy who had a football background that recently passed away, who became an actor, who played for the BC Lions in 1971.
Yeah.
You know who I mean?
Of course, he's been all over the news lately. He's a real, but Carl Weathers is a real BC connection. And of course,
I was totally unaware.
More was filmed in Vancouver.
Vader, great.
Kevin says, but Matt P in the chat. Great to see you.
Vader
is late '80s, early '90s Pillman, really good.
Yeah, Pillman. Go way back, Bronco Nagurski.
I said Bronco. Yeah, I mentioned Bronco.
Yeah, born in Canada. He was a huge football star and he was a huge wrestling star. Like, he had the best of both resumes of all of them.
All right. Look at Bobo with the
Hall of Famer, first class Hall of Famer in NFL, first class Hall of Famer in the Wrestling Observer Hall of Fame.
So I think Kelly, your
favorite wrestler.
I'm sorry, Kelly. I think the answer to Sean's question, because he's asking you, the expert, the one with the podcast, is Bronco Nagurski, right? That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of guys.
Someone's got to ask the tough questions, Kelly.
Not Angelo Mosco.
It's not Angelo Mosco.
He's a great.
My dad would say Gene Kiniski.
Nice.
Oh yeah, there's Gene. Yeah, so many names. Dick the Bruiser.
Matt says better question is who's the worst.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Worst.
Mongo?
No, he's
no.
George Wells? No, he's not that bad.
Ahmed Johnson? Matt says.
Ahmed was pretty decent, when he wasn't being careless.
I haven't really seen many Mosca matches I like.
Mosca was pretty bad.
Mosca stunk.
Everything we've seen. Yeah.
Kevin says there's a guy named Walter Johnson who is
Walter
awful.
Johnson.
Yeah, Walter
we've seen,
Johnson.
We've seen Walter
We've
Johnson.
seen him.
on
He
this
wasn't
show.
good. No.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
not
he
good.
wasn't
He's
good.
not good. That might be the answer. That might be the answer is Walter Johnson. Because I remember watching him.
Today's episode, Walter Johnson.
So we talked over a whole match there. It wasn't
With
very
Bobo.
long. Bobo Brazil and Johnny Barend.
Yeah.
Is this Sam
Who's
Steamboat?
a forgotten heel. Yeah, Sam Steamboat.
The original
young
Steamboat.
Richie Valens.
Yes.
I'm about to get on a plane.
Hi, it's Richie Valens and the Big Bopper. Holy shit.
Yeah. Hilarious. Last known footage.
Jill Strongbow again.
Yeah, the original Strongbow. So
I guess there was a resemblance.
So Chief J Strongbow not only ripped off, faking being a Native American, he ripped off this guy's gimmick.
Well, the name for sure. I think Jules Strongbow was always a heel. Yeah, he wrestled in the 30s, 40s. I believe he was mostly a heel.
Was he a Native American character, or was he just?
Yeah, I don't know if he did like the full headdress and all that.
Because that is one white guy. Look at that's a white.
I love that light.
Yeah.
I love
Sam Steamboat, and now Mike Sharp, the original Mike Sharp.
The original Mike Sharp.
The uncle.
That's what I was wondering. Yeah. Canada's first greatest athlete.
Uh-huh.
They were a brother tag team, Mike and Ben Sharp. Ben Sharp was Iron Mike Sharp's father. Mark Sharp was his uncle.
Yeah, they're from Hamilton, as I recall.
Yep, Hamilton. Yep. Hotbed for wrestling talent back in the day.
Looks like they're at a swingers club, these two guys.
But yeah, this is cool. Sam Steamboat. I don't think I've ever seen a Sam Steamboat match before. And this is from San Bernardino, California, August 26, 1961.
Big Mike Sharp.
Yeah, me neither. I've heard about Sam Steamboat, of course, because you can't talk about Ricky Steamboat without the fact that this is where he got his name from. I can't remember which promoter said, "Hey, you remind me of Sam Steamboat."
Yeah, I think it was Crockett. No, Dick Blood.
No, I don't think it was Crockett.
Dick Blood.
It wasn't Crockett.
No?
It was in Florida, I believe.
Crockett,
I think
he
it was either
wrestled as
Florida
Dick
or
Blood
Georgia.
in Georgia. In Georgia, he
If
was
you have
Dick
Dick
Blood.
Blood,
Sure.
please speak with your nearest physician.
Tito Santana was also Dick Blood early in his career.
That's right.
Mhm.
And there was also a Dick Blood in World Class.
World
in
Class.
1982, who was neither of them. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
It's weird that there's 3 Dick Bloods in wrestling.
So Kevin, with a couple of things here, I think there's still Jules Strongbow Stadium in Bakersfield, California, and then he says, "Wow, I might have wrestled here if this is San Bernardino Arena."
Yeah, San Bernardino.
Oh, wow.
I don't know the arena, but yeah, that's the town.
Well, I've driven through Bakersfield. It's after
Taro
lunch.
ended up if it is Taro ended up leaving a lot of Dick Blood on the canvas. I don't know what that meant. I just
Yeah. It's all right.
It sounded good, Johnny.
Say it. But that was Steamboat's real name, Richard Blood.
Richard
that was his
Blood,
legit name. I
Yeah.
don't know why
That's
Tito.
what we always said
because that wasn't
when
his
we'd-
real name.
That's so funny. Whenever we'd see Ricky Steamboat when he first came to WWF in those in that unitard, that's what we always called him. Richard Blood, one man show. It always looked like
in his ballet outfit.
when he'd have those black pants with leggings. They were basically.
Yeah.
His-
His ninja.
I'm sure
costume.
if he wore that outfit when he was selling vacuum cleaners, he probably made a lot of sales to some
Uh-huh.
housewives.
Yeah, because when he first got there, he was Ricky Steamboat with the white, shorty tights like he always was.
Right.
And after a few months, he became a ninja and wore those.
Mhm.
And they even had the
Vignettes. Yeah.
yeah, but they even had the toes were all like ninja pants. And 15-year-old,
That's what I mean.
15-year-old me fucking hated it. I was
Yeah.
like, he's not wearing the Steamboat's Mid-Atlantic gym jacket that I have one of.
Right.
What's
But
this?
he did have he had a couple good matches with Morocco during that era. I
No, the
remember.
matches
Oh, yeah.
were great,
Yeah.
but it took me out. Like, what's this? He's the dragon.
That's what
And
I
it's
mean.
funny
He's
'cause he was the
He's doing
dragon
a
for the rest of
one-man
his career.
show that has interpretive dance in it.
Yeah. But
Look
he
at,
did. He
look
kept
at the ring
dragon
apron
thing
here. I
forever.
keep wanting to point out. Look how long the ring apron is outside the ropes.
Yeah.
It's very unique.
Yes. All the LA rings had that. I guess it was the same ring, pretty much. It was a boxing ring.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I know. You could have a match on the ring apron.
Yeah,
it was so huge.
Yeah, that's so Burt Young can get up there and.
Oh my gosh! So we have our Royal Rumble, or we have our Rumble style match for Boom on February 24th. It's gonna be so fun, you guys. But it's like I gotta go up. It's the first time where they say like, Travis, you need to go up and be next to the tech guy with all like the timing and things, right? So this is like our most ambitious in terms of all that kind of stuff, right? Because everything depends on fitting in that, 90 seconds ish, right? Where you have to keep the things moving, and it's like Brady's magnum opus, he calls it, but he split up into like a 3-act structure. I think it's going to be really, really great. Either you get tickets, Kelly or Sean, to that.
Which one is this?
That's on the 24th, February 24th.
Oh, okay. I'm going to go to the March 30th show.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm also going to go to the West Room on the 30th. Unfortunately, on the 24th, I'll be over on the island. A little mini vacation.
Yeah, those ones went fast.
So you had a show called the Royal Royale, and it didn't have a Royal Rumble.
And it wasn't. Match? I know. That's what I kept saying. I said maybe we should call our Battle Royal that. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Because I assumed when I heard you were doing a show called that you were going to have like a Royal Rumble.
I know. So did I.
Anyway, I'm not one to tell. You guys have sold out every show you've done, so who am I to say?
His friend, you can stick it. He's agreeing with you. He's literally Travis is literally going, I said the same thing, Cal.
Yeah, he's agreeing with us. We're on the same page. Except when it comes to cheering for hockey teams, we're not on the same page there.
But the name itself is pretty great. I mean, I love it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't have anything it didn't mean anything, really?
No. Well, I mean, we gave away the championship. The championship, I guess you could say.
Okay. You gave it away to a fan?
Yeah, just some rando.
Who is your champion now? I've totally lost track.
Evan River.
Oh, he's still champion. Okay.
Northern Star. Yeah.
But it's like Chekhov's gun. If you introduce an object in Act 1, it's got to do something by Act 3.
Right.
So this is a scientific contest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Young
yeah, but I kind of like it. It's
not bad.
Stiff.
No, it's not bad.
It's better than the other more scientific one.
Oh, the one with Vern. That's because that was Vern with that. Because
Butcher Boy Henning.
Butcher Boy Henning
did not live up to his name, and I wanted him to have like just like machetes, like, hey, keep him away. Yeah. Vern's like freaked out.
Dude, I think looking back on it, at the end of that, when the guy just gave up and said my arm hurts too much, Vern is like. Vern looked like he was actively mad and shitting. He's like waving his arms, like, let's fucking, because that guy sucked. I think Vern was legit pissed.
I agree with you, Johnny. He looked irate.
Left on the cutting room floor for this tape, or they could have got something better for Vern.
It's really 21 and a half inch.
Don't you know I'm gonna be on this is gonna be preserved for posterity.
You wander into Sylvester the Cat territory.
Well, I mean, it's all about the lisp, though. We all know you're gonna do a lisp. I'm definitely going into either Daffy Duck or Sylvester.
He most impressed me in this footage so far. He's a good look.
Yeah, it's really good. Oh, Travis, I just thought of this. I saw on Twitter, someone posted this GIF of, I can't remember what actor it is, but he's looking at a TV screen. I think it's Joaquin Phoenix. He's looking at a TV screen and he just starts screaming in fear and backing away and packing away. And and it says Will Wheaton watching the Three Stooges.
Yeah, the Three Stooges. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. I'm trying to think of, it is Joaquin Phoenix. I'm trying to think of what movie that clip is from. That meme.
What the
Interesting.
fuck?
We're getting what the fuck are you watching?
Okay, Travis.
And I can't believe we've never had that as a title. I want to.
Well, Travis, hold on.
Yeah.
I just thought that you and I do share a brain, no matter how much you hate that.
Yes.
I was about to say, do you ever put together a best of Mystery Titans Theater with clips? It's going to be called "What the fuck are you watching?"
Yeah,
that's fair.
I love it. Yeah,
Should be.
Or if I ever have my dad on the show, that'd be pretty awesome.
Jesus.
If you pull that off, then yes.
What the fuck are you watching?
See how long he lasts.
Episode.
Yeah.
I'll just get nothing but the queerest wrestling I can find.
Yeah. That's all you're gonna know. That'll be the worst. What would get us canceled is if you bring on like Chief J Strongbow, etc. If you get Rift.
I think most of us probably could tell a story of when we're young kids.
Is it Italians or
throwing
Native Americans or everything?
No, I was just gonna say. I think we all have stories of like our fathers walking into the living room when we're like 10, watching wrestling on TV, and they're all gonna say, "What the fuck are you watching?"
No, it started on our January show. Or no, or like we did that New Year's show, but we had talked about it before. But on our New Year's show that we did, that one like 7-hour spectacular or whatever it was.
It was always your dad. I mean, it's always your dad.
My dad's voice, but it was during, like I said it like 5 times during the tuxedo match between Harvey Whippleman and Howard.
That's right. That's right.
What the fuck are you watching? that one, because that was the one where my dad actually walked in, like the worst possible match. Fuck yeah.
Nice.
Like, look at that. Like, it's a whole other quarter of a ring outside there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What do we call that? Damn it, we don't know the name of that.
The Jolly Jumper.
That's what we call it.
The noggin knocker. The bell ringer.
The bell ringer, yeah. Yeah, maybe that. No, the bell ringer is when you do the clap on the head thing. Like the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Right.
Pardon me. As you know, influenza is running rampant in our society, and we have yet to discover a cure.
Now, one of these days, there'll be a vaccine, and everyone in this country will be glad to take it. Yes. And boy,
and there's a young man who one day may run for president, who will have other family members who will also encourage the use of such medicine.
No, he and his cohorts will all be presenting alternative facts.
Yeah.
Which are you talking about, Kennedy?
RFK. I'm talking about RFK Jr. Did you see the first Curb Your Enthusiasm?
No, not yet.
Yeah, it's really good. I love that they're just doing like a victory lap, it feels like.
Well, see, I haven't watched it in forever. Yeah. But I want to watch this last season because it's always in my back pocket of something that was on forever, and I've only seen a quarter of it.
Really? Yeah. Julia and I binged it a couple of years ago every season. Because, I'd only seen the first 2 or 3 seasons originally. And, it holds like
the last season. The last season I remember seeing it all the way through was the one where it's the producers. The one where he has to be in the producers.
Right.
That was a really good one.
The Seinfeld season is awesome.
Yeah, I never saw that one.
Mm-hmm.
And you can put together a full episode if you look at all the table reads and rehearsals and actual footage that you see. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. The one where he has the fatwa on him from
fatwa, yes.
Through the whole season is a classic too.
Speaking of seasons, Travis, I understand congratulations are in order for that second season coming up.
Yeah. But I was really like, I thought I was in the second book, but I'm in like the second, or my character is in like the second series of books. There's a sequel book, so I don't know. Like, we'll see. They go back to the underworld again, Who knows? But yeah, that's awesome. I'm really happy with the way that show turned out.
I was
Jack.
okay.
Yeah,
cool. Dude, everyone loves it. My family loves it. What I find fucking hilarious though, and you were great. I mean, it was so funny because you delivered your lines, and I'm thinking that's Travis, but everything how people who don't know you hear like that voice coming out of this guy.
I know.
Was kind of funny, and but you had. And I didn't share them with anybody, but you had sent me all the loaf you were under for this.
Yeah.
Very, very intricate.
Yeah.
And you didn't see any of it. You
just I know. Morissette said the same thing too. Yeah. I mean, like that's Mike at Mike Makes Monsters on Instagram. You can see his work is like amazing, right? A big
looks great. It looks great.
Yeah, and did like all that work, which is crazy. He's amazing.
That's what blew my mind because I was like, wait to get a load of this makeup. It's pretty dope. And
yeah.
No, that's a shit. They could have just spray painted your chin gray.
I know.
Saved 5 hours.
They had to sit in the chair for how many hours?
I know. I was thinking that too. Well, hey, boy, they had to pay somebody a lot probably to do that.
Yeah.
Sit in that chair.
There you go.
The mouse
sacrifice for your art, Travis.
$2.
And again, it all kidding aside, that makeup looked fucking dope. I was looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, me too.
Speaking of looking dope, this match no longer seems very scientific.
Well, that's what that's always what happens. Breaks down.
It's
a draw.
Just going after those what do you call those muscles? The traps. I love how much the refs are getting pushed around.
Yeah, this is an old wrestling trope that I always loved. The baby faces were having a scientific match until it gets down to the end of it, and they're only human.
Yeah.
They're gonna start beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite match structures too.
And it doesn't mean either one is like turning. It just is what happens in life.
Yeah.
I like Sam Steamboat, man. This guy,
he was pretty good.
He's good. He exudes charisma.
Mike Sharp is
good looking. He's young and good looking.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he was ever like a real major star.
He was a journeyman.
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder why he was never a major.
That's not necessarily
true. A smaller guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no. I mean, like Mike Sharp was supposed to be a giant for his time, and he doesn't look too small.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Maybe that's it. I didn't realize Sharp was a giant. Oh, here we go.
So this is the last match of this tape. Back to Capital Wrestling, I believe.
Who's he talking to?
I'm not sure.
By a fan club, I think about 3 years ago, and I hadn't used it very much to get myself a new fan club. I put it in New Jersey, a New Jackson. Oh, I got a fine fan club now. Have you? Very fine. Yeah, very proud of it. Camden. Everything's fine.
That's Buddy Rogers.
Talking about New Jersey. Is it Buddy?
That's Buddy Rogers. He just said Camden, New Jersey. Come on.
Yeah, I mean that's where, but I don't think it is Buddy though. Okay. No, it's not.
No, it's not. But
it's the territory. It's the Northeast.
You're right back.
Yeah, I see. It's young Marlon Brando. He's about to Brando himself in his pants. I took a shit in my pants.
I will see. Could be the Great Scott because that's what we're getting here.
The Great Scott. You're right,
Great
buddy.
Scott, Carl Von Hess,
and
Eric Von Hess.
Yeah.
So how many Von? Oh no, we had. Oh yeah, we had Von. Hess.
Yeah. This is the
tag team.
This is his brother.
The tag team.
Yeah. Because there was always a German tag team.
The men from Hess. You guys didn't have Hess, right? You guys didn't have Hess gas stations?
No, we don't know.
No.
Okay. Hess gas stations, there's still a few around, but the thing was, they were the only gas station that kept up the 50s thing. Like the Hess guys still wore white
shirts and uniforms.
And every year at Christmas, they would release the Hess truck, and it was different every year. And it was a collector's item kind of. Hot Wheels matchback, but bigger. And people collected these Hess trucks like Beanie Babies and shit. There was only one every year. And they're pretty cool. You see them every now and then, and like there the guys are. Can I check your oil? And they're all in white and shit. This is 1986.
Huh. Look at, oh my God.
Big ref again. Yeah.
Why?
That has made him famous and given him a reported earning power of $150,000 a year. Complete classes.
For 2 lines in a Disney movie? That sounds great.
Quickly.
Already.
This must be 2 out of 3 falls.
Yeah. The Great Scott.
Toss him like a piece of garbage.
Yeah.
Scott outdo the Von Hess brothers to win the match and send action-hungry fans home with a full evening of fun under their belts.
There's a lot under his belt.
Oh, wow. No, that's all. Quickie
Just a clip.
to end it.
I'm throwing this
Interesting.
out of here.
I don't know about how they arranged the matches, but that was fun.
Recognize
Sandy
any of these
Oliveri,
names?
Sandy Oliveri can book MTT anytime she wants.
Yeah, yeah. And Eileen, I love all the women involved.
Yeah, there's a lot of ladies. They're also they also are actors on the other end of Good Time Video.
Right.
Yeah,
Their real names.
bit of
Anita
everything.
Rock.
Anita
Rock,
come
if you
on.
know what I'm saying.
D. Dickerson, Bob Grosso. It's there. It's all there.
No, it
Bob
crosses
Grosso.
I got to book Grosso one of these days.
A family production.
Care family.
D. Dickerson. How much you bench?
Oh, that's nice.
Captivating performance.
Now here we go. Trailer time.
And
For
now
other
the
fine
money, and now the
videos
money
from-
shot.
Oh, so we'll get the villains. Okay, yeah. This one. I had this tape. I can't find it. I don't know what happened to it.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you get it when you were a kid, or
No, I got it about 15 years ago and used CD/DVD VHS store in Victoria.
Gorgeous
And
George.
I'm sure it got lost in the move at
I
some
must
point,
have
Kelly. I'm
maybe I
sure.
lent it to somebody. I don't
Crusher
know. Yeah.
versus Johnny Valentine.
Johnny Valentine.
Oh.
Yeah, Valentine was a babyface in that match too.
Yeah.
The Valentine.
Yeah, you get clips. It's not very long, this one, unfortunately, but that's like a classic
Yeah, I've looked
rivalry.
everywhere for something. The
Freddie
Hangman
Blassie.
versus Fred Blassie.
Yeah.
The
Oh, wow.
Hangman?
I don't think it's the hang.
Farm's favorite.
Oh, there we go. With Haystacks Calhoun. Oh, you
Looking
comes the
great.
big man.
He's really slimmed down then.
The original Nikolai Volkov.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
And
Hans
Dick
Schmidt was
Morgan.
also
And the
Nazi.
bruiser. And the bruiser.
Hans Schmidt was also a Nazi. And there's Fritz
Fritz
von Erich.
versus
Oh,
Nazi.
speaking of-
Whitney Houston's ex-husband, Bobby Brown.
Who do you cheer for between Bobby Brown and
I
the
don't know.
Nazi?
That was the match. This wasn't the one where he lost his ear, but
I
it was
don't
a match with Killer Kowalski where he
Oh,
lost
does it?
his
Is,
ear.
the
Oh, the
famous.
Sicilians.
Lou Albano.
This match.
Yeah.
Is this on
Bavarian
YouTube?
Is this-
Rudy.
We gotta find
this-
this video.
This
I
is
was about
on
to say,
YouTube
is this on
too.
YouTube?
Yeah, it
Oh, we
is.
gotta
It's
do
on the
this.
same channel. Yeah, we can do it.
No, we got to
Yeah,
do
Kelly,
this.
you and I watched that match together. I think
Did we?
It's fantastic.
Kangaroos
It
match.
stinks.
No, I like almost everything I've seen of the Kangaroos.
Ah!
Ah,
Oh, that was actually kind of scary.
Yeah. Miyazaki-esque.
There's
Wow,
Oh,
Oh,
this is Glenn
I
or
knew it.
Glenda
I knew it.
Vince.
This is
by
Glenn
Ed Wood.
You sure it's
Yeah.
not about
Bela
Vince?
Lugosi.
Distant future.
Like Greg Turkington. Yeah.
Art imitates life.
Hi guys.
Collection, that is, if I'm stammering and stuttering, it's got so excited. like
Oh,
this person.
Jesus. 50s great. Oh, this thing, I
Oh.
saw this. Watch this part. It's hilarious.
Oh, come on, honey. Right up.
Come on, we're married.
Come on, we're married. I'll stick it in your asshole. You'll love it.
Oh boy.
Hey, it's Clark Gable. He was really slumming it.
Yeah. He's showing him
Yeah,
Carol
that-
Lombard.
This is not exactly Gone with the Wind, is it?
Oh no, here we go. I will create a race of atomic supermen who will control the world.
It's perfect.
Pull the strings.
Wow.
GVI HQ.
I have no home.
The original Squid Game.
This is a musical?
We are the squids in the Squid Game.
Oh, zombies.
Oh, I know that movie.
Yeah, they're dead.
Don't worry, we got them.
Hey, Lon Chaney Jr. and
this is
And Costello.
Abbott.
And Abbott
Costello.
Costello. In the okay, here we go.
Okay, here we go.
As it is tradition, every
Sean
time.
birthday celebration without
Gotta be
bit
roasted.
of busting his balls about the Canucks.
Hey,
So they're doing really well this season. So well that we may get to see
Kelly?
another one of
Kelly?
these in a few
Uh-huh.
months.
I saw Kelly T. Nelson in there.
So chaotic. And
I
Where
was
was this?
I was still living in Victoria when this happened.
Uh-huh.
This is in Vancouver. This
It's
was
like-
after they lost. the
There
Stanley
you
Cup
are.
final to the
There you
Boston
are.
Bruins.
Yeah, I will not show up in this footage. I came out the day after to help clean up, mind you.
This is bonkers.
I remember
by the
living
way.
in
crazy, man.
I was living in Kitsilano. I could see the from my rooftop patio. I could see the smoke from downtown.
Yeah, I remember I was messaging you on Facebook.
What was the reason for the riot?
Because they lost the Stanley Cup
we
final.
just lost
They lost the
Stanley Cup
finals.
in Game
Oh,
7.
the Stanley Cup?
Yeah,
Yep.
against Boston.
And it wasn't the first time they did this. In
No,
1994, after they lost the finals, they had a riot in Vancouver too.
How the fuck did I not see this on ESPN? I was watching hockey all the time back then.
Yeah, this is this
Kevin
is from
Kevin
ABC.
thought it was the Guns N' Roses riot. 'Cause Vancouver is known
That
for
was
their
in
riot.
Montreal.
Uh-huh.
That was in Montreal.
that intensity.
No, but
That was a
but,
legendary
Vancouver
one,
had
too.
Guns N' Roses riot too.
And the riot
It was Guns N' Roses and Metallica
and burning.
concert at Olympic Stadium in Montreal. There was a riot.
But it's the reputation you need. Yeah, there's Travis.
And in a bit of cosmic timing, last night the Canucks lost to guess who? The Boston Bruins by the score of 4-0. Just like
Crazy.
they lost that night in Game 7.
In Game 7.
Travis, are you safe?
Yeah.
It's so tough to lose.
It's
doing all
lucky
right.
that Kelly lives a good hour and a half away from me. That's all I'm gonna say. Because if I wanted to,
But
It
here,
makes her
when
better
I
this
saw
year.
Kelly was gonna include this, I include this is the best thing that happened out of this was watch this one guy. Check this out. Flashback.
Flashbang to the ball.
Watch this guy. Watch this guy.
Here it comes. Oh, right to the
And then
balls.
boom, explodes.
Okay, we got that out of the way. Back to the crap.
back to the wrestling.
I have watched that video 1,000 times.
The thing was, those explosives. He had those explosives in his pants already.
Yeah. You gotta have to flashbang to the balls. Should be the title tonight.
I'm writing it down.
True.
It's a perfect
Well,
thing. It's a perfect metaphor for turning 50, Sean.
Yeah.
You won't be needing this anymore.
I would expect nothing less from a couple of good friends that are Flames fans. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Yeah, we're rebuilding. I like it.
Oh no, yeah, no. The Flames are going nowhere, man.
They have won
You know that.
three in a row, but
But at least only
one
one
point.
of Vancouver or Edmonton can go to the finals.
that's right. That's
so
right.
This is true.
one team will have their hearts broken.
I would
along the
wager
way.
a fairly large amount that one of Edmonton or Vancouver will make the finals this year.
Oh, you will wager large amounts?
I will wager. I would wager. I would give odds that one of those two
You
teams.
think
will
it's
be
going to be one of the
finals.
two?
Yeah.
I'm going to bet
would.
neither. I'll
Well,
just say that right now.
Yeah.
What are we
There are
watching,
two other
guys?
excellent candidates.
Oh, so what is
Anyway.
it?
Johnny Live.
We got
So-
Antonio Inoki.
Antonio Inoki, this was recommended on PWO like a week or two ago. I'd never heard this before.
Uh-huh.
He's taking on Chris Markov, who was totally a forgotten heel from this era. This is supposed to be a really good match. A few years back, actually, it was right at the beginning of COVID. Sean and I were watching some old Georgia wrestling from the 70s, and we kept seeing matches with Chris Markoff and Sergeant Jacques Goulet as a tag team.
That's
and
right.
I remember joking at the time that we're officially the world's foremost experts on the Chris Markoff, Sergeant Jacques Goulet tag team.
Markov looks like if Chris Candido had lived to a ripe old age.
Hey,
he looks just like him facially.
One of the cool things is that I believe it was the first act that Bobby Heenan ever managed was a tag team called the Devil's Duo, and it was Chris Markoff and Angelo Poffo in Indianapolis, circa 1966.
Oh, I think I've read that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard the name. I've heard the name all my life. I've never seen him either. However, it is Antonio. However, it is Antonio Inoki. I'll be right
back. Well, this is better than average Inoki. So this is 1969. So before New Japan was even formed, this was still the JWA with Baba and Inoki. They were all together at this time. Same promotion.
Yeah, and both were really good workers at the time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been watching for touchdowns and turnbuckles. We've been watching a lot of Baba matches because some of the guys we've talked about had their best matches against Baba, like Fritz von Erich and Dick the Bruiser. So I've really come to appreciate Baba as an all-time great, almost like a Bruno in his prime, because he took on all the monsters, one after the next. Big matches, bloody, super heated.
Cool. Of course, Baba came to the Hamilton area and trained in North America before he went back to Japan.
Yes. Yeah.
I'd love to do a Baba deep dive, man.
Yeah. Oh, I recommend.
Well worth your time. Well worth your time.
Yeah, like all the Fritz von Erich. There's great matches with him.
I've seen the Broadway with Destroyer is awesome.
Destroyer,
his muffler is out for most of it.
Kelly and I watched a few years ago. We watched Baba against Kinitsky in LA, which was really good.
In Los Angeles, really, that was a Broadway too. Yeah. But yeah, Markoff just exudes like a total asshole heel. Of course, with the blonde hair, bleach blonde.
Well, he's got the stature to pull it off too. Like he's a big guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a big guy. Inoki's just getting mauled here.
Yeah. He looks like a more svelte Dick Murdoch. And he went for that knee off the top rope there too.
A little bit.
Let's go, Inoki. Attack that knee, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Inoki's got to be the face here too, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Of course. In Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Inoki would sell and not just sit and hold, he can be a really effective worker for sure.
Yeah, I think this is more of like a more of a westernized American style Inoki match
with a French referee.
What interested me.
Speaking of well dressed, you'll see the Yakuza on the front row.
Yes, holy shit.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh my god. I would insist if we could get a 50s thing of the front row, just a bunch of old Japanese businessmen.
Oh yes, businessmen.
Yeah.
Salaryman.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of birthdays, I'm taking my nephew to the Canucks Golden Knights game on April 8th, which is 2 days before my father's birthday. So the question is, will the Canucks be still first in the conference at that time?
That could be a deciding game right there.
Could be a deciding game.
Against who?
Las Vegas.
I don't know. Vegas has fallen off. I think Edmonton's more of a concern. Yeah.
Yeah. No, Edmonton. Las Vegas broke the streak of Edmonton's.
Yeah. They had to lose
Christ.
eventually.
I thought they would because they were beating a lot of poor teams before.
Well, that and it wasn't a
break they had.
real true winning streak, because of the NHL point schedule standings. Like, oh look, we'll give you overtime wins, shootouts, and this and that.
Well, you can't compare it apples to apples to the Pittsburgh streak.
Exactly. That's the point I was trying to make.
Because the streak the game that ended the Pittsburgh streak was a tie.
Yeah.
There was no shootout, of course.
Kevin is saying what he'd love to see is if it existed is Inoki wrestling in Tennessee in early to mid 60s.
Yeah, Tokyo Tom was his name.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. He never. I don't think he ever spoke highly of that time. He wasn't really pushed.
And he must have been pretty green, right?
Yeah. Well, it would have been mid 60s. I think he started right at the beginning of the 60s. Him and Baba actually debuted on the same show, if I'm not mistaken.
Which is an amazing piece of trivia.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And but Baba went to the States and was a main eventer. Baba once in the span of 1 month challenged for the NWA, WWF, and the old Los Angeles WWA world title within weeks to show how big of a star he was in the States.
Mm-hmm.
But Inoki was always mid-card and wrestled in like weird territories like Memphis or Tennessee and Kansas City and stuff like that.
Was he a big star at this time?
Oh yeah. By this time he was Baba was there was 2 shows like Raw and SmackDown in Japan. Baba headlined the A show and Inoki was the headliner for the B show. And they were
it has a big fight feel.
Yeah.
I love the Kobashi orange tights there. Hey,
orange trunks,
Sean. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he would.
Well, I was going to say, speaking of places that Inoki wrestled early on in his career, for those of you who are lucky enough to be and wise enough to be Patreon supporters, there'll be a bonus match coming up from Memphis in 1985.
I was about to say,
there we go.
That you don't. You never think you don't think of Memphis as a place where lots of Japanese guys do their excursions, but yeah, they did.
They did.
Lots
and
of
they
them
were
did.
Big stars. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Tojo Yamamoto.
Yeah.
Onita.
Tojo Yamamoto is one of the biggest stars in Memphis history.
That made Onita's career was
exactly
what he did in Memphis.
The concession stand brawl.
All the concession stand brawls. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
we're getting violent now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Kevin just signed up for the Patreon. Thanks, buddy.
Hey.
Good.
Appreciate it.
Hard sell.
Let's say
there,
the Patreon. Like I said, I subscribe to the Patreon. Now, Travis could easily, I'm sure, just give me access as that I'm one of the creators. But you know what? Those Disney gigs are few and far between.
That's right. You're right.
You're gonna need praises. So hey, it's all good.
I appreciate it, buddy.
You gotta support your friends.
Yeah, man. And he's doing all the video. He's doing all the video editing work. That's fine. It all works. But now that you've mastered, instead of emailing the files but just posting it, it's that fun. I subscribe to other things on Patreon. It's that fun experience. There's a whole backlog of great.
Right. Yeah. You're right.
There.
Yeah, having that.
You're not just
is awesome.
Yeah, it's great, man. Yeah, all of you out there on YouTube are enjoying the show, you got $5 a month. We've got a lot of archive stuff now, and it just keeps coming every 2 weeks.
And it's just the price of a cup of coffee once a month.
For the price of don't worry about the poor. We're talking about the poor.
Exactly.
But there's a lot of gems in the archive. I'll say that, having helped put some out on there.
Yeah, he keeps. What has he got in there? He's got something that he keeps going to.
He's got something. Yeah.
Nice. It's straight up
knuckle dusters.
Yeah. They're shiny.
Crafty foreign object use.
This ref sucks.
Not even Japanese. Something's fishy here.
Kevin says
is
getting up
not
a beer
looking.
a month to subscribe. We appreciate it, buddy.
Dude, oh man, yeah, that's awesome. The ref looks like the cop on Barney Miller who wants to be a detective.
Oh,
Right.
That's a show I watched on TV as
Man.
a kid when it was in syndication.
Remember
He
him?
keeps hitting me with something, referee. Inoki. Man.
Back outside.
Yeah,
Who's gotta get
I think
Inoki?
this
Inoki's
recommendation
gotta
on
get that.
PWO was a good one. It was a good match.
Yeah.
Inoki
Yeah, it
was
was because
selling.
someone, a poster on PWO nominated Markov for greatest wrestler ever. He hadn't been nominated before. And this was one of the matches that he recommended for Markov.
Oof.
Well, given that we were watching Golden Age footage before, I'd agree with the premise that a lot of guys would get more votes if they had more accessible footage.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, totally.
Like Johnny Valentine, for example, comes to mind.
Johnny Valentine would be,
there was more stuff
yeah, he'd
there.
be top 10, I think, for sure.
If we had all the Ray Stevens footage that,
yeah, like San Francisco Ray, yeah.
Yeah, to shut Matt
Pat
D up once
Patterson,
and for all.
like,
To shut Matt D up once
how
and
about
for
their
all.
tag team, the Blonde Bombers? Like, they were supposedly just amazing.
I'm kidding. I love Matt. I'm kidding.
There's Nick Bockwinkel, of course, who still ranks top 10 for some people.
Yeah, that's the thing. Nick Bockwinkel is enough to be a top 10.
It really is
based
the
on
smallest
70s,
of foreign objects we've seen. It's a good job of just hiding that little part of his ginch there.
Okay, here's why my brain stinks. Because when I first was about to say who this guy looked like, I was about to say he looked like Ron Carey. And I realized no one knows who Ron Carey is except me, the guy from fucking Barney Miller. I know Ron Carey's name.
I don't know his name, Johnny, but I probably know the face.
I thought it was Rutger Hauer from
a little bit.
Blade Runner. Blade Runner.
Yeah,
that look. I was talking about the ref.
Oh, Inoki's.
Oh, now blood.
Yeah, that's. I knew there was blood.
Bloody Inoki, baby.
Reason I wanted to watch this.
That's a rarity, I would imagine. Yeah.
Now I'm interested.
Yeah, no, Inoki didn't bleed a lot.
No, I mean at the beginning of the match, Johnny, when he stepped out, he was just getting mauled. That was the interesting part.
Wait, you guys, this guy just subscribed to Patreon. I gotta get this lined up. Okay. He said we would go banana if we had all the Pat Patterson footage.
Oh yeah, I think Patterson would easily be one of the top guys ever if we had his full career.
Yeah, he's my favorite of the Cream Team. I don't know about you, Johnny. What do you think?
Johnny's partial to Terry Garvin.
Yes. You don't know about that legendary Cream Team?
No, I don't know about the Cream.
That was Pat Patterson, Garvin, and Mel Phillips during the Titan Gate. That's what everyone said. They were the Cream Team.
I mean,
with the Ring Boys.
Was that something of
the Ring Boys?
No, it was like more than one person, more than one wrestler, and like different people have mentioned it. The Cream Team, so gross because the Dream Team was popular at the time.
Yes,
too.
That was.
And everyone just kind of knew that. Why do they keep hiring all these fucking young boys? Yeah, no. Kevin says we need more footage of Terry Garvin to find out who's the best of the Cream Team.
Yeah, there is like hardly any Terry Garvin footage. Of all the Garvins, he's the least represented by the footage.
We know Mel's the worst. It's like based on. Did he ever wrestle a match, Mel Phillips? Was he ever thrown?
He was involved in an angle with Terry Funk.
Yeah, we saw it here where Terry Funk beats him up. We've done right.
The peak of his career, basically.
For everything I always read is that Patterson probably knew what was fucking going on, but he was busy. He was like, trying to proposition like young wrestlers. I remember hearing about it from the bartender at my bar who was friends with Jim Powers. And he would always go, I don't know why you watch that fucking wrestling. My friend Jimmy Powers, he said that he didn't get pushed because he wouldn't suck Pat Patterson's cock or something like that.
That's part of it too, yeah. But I don't know.
I'm sure Pat was
together,
pretty bad.
No, I like I said, but Pat he got wiped in on all that, but I don't think he was a kid toucher. He was aware of it, so that's terrible too. Okay, but apparently he was trying to wield his influence. But remember the story about that Virgil it came in for the job and like, well, what are your qualifications? And he whipped out his 12 inches and laid it on the fucking desk, and he got hired.
Hilarious.
Did not hear that.
So Johnny, where was Jim Powers from? If your friend, you knew somebody who was friends with him.
It's Pennsylvania-ish. I don't know. They said he went to school together with him.
I've never seen an Inoki Crimson Mask.
Yeah. He wasn't so much my friend as he was
rare.
my bartender for years.
The Inoki scale.
That's
a lot of color.
Yeah,
it is. And
Still got the.
this is not Inoki at the height of Inokiism, right? Though this is
No.
different. This is different. So I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, this is pre power, too much power Inoki, I guess you could say.
it's really cool.
Well, they haven't
Blank
destroyed
check
this promotion
Inoki.
by leaving it.
He can do whatever he wants.
Oh, he's got it. The ref's gonna have to throw it out, right? He has to. But yeah, Noki's got to start connecting. Yeah, fuck him up, man. Yeah, oh yeah, fuck the ref up. This is like, I love this running thing of refs getting attacked tonight.
Yeah. Hit him. You'll never make Detective Ron Carey.
Oh no.
The ref's gonna start using it.
I'm just
Liza Minnelli's ex-husband is gonna start using it.
Apparently, this is a no DQ match.
Well, you never know, really.
Virgil's dick blood.
Dick blood.
Okay. Kevin said that. Did Virgil produce some dick blood? He just put
who said that?
Kevin in the chat.
Kevin, you're up there for the first time for the chat getting the title of this fucking show. Because it was flashbang to the balls, definitely. But coming in late and hot is Kevin Lyon. He's a professional.
He's Adam, I think.
Yeah, that's got to be it.
He didn't get out of the octopus. No.
Nice. Look
Big
at the crowd
rally.
going nuts for it. That's it. Tappy,
Big
tappy.
win.
Fuck yeah. Rad. Look at that. Look at this.
Young boys.
Mitsubishi.
Let's get him on the shoulders. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Nice.
so
do we recognize anybody?
That's what I was wondering. I don't.
So has it ever broken in Japanese media, the scandals of what goes on in those fucking dojos and shit?
I don't know. Well, there was one guy killed for sure in a dojo.
But no, the hazing shit. I've heard.
Yeah.
Oh, if you can survive a stab, a urine.
Oh, there's Baba there.
There's Baba.
Urine stained knife to the rib cage. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think Bobo Brazil was in
Ricky
Markov's
Koshu,
corner.
right? Ricky Koshu.
No, Ricky Dozan.
Ricky Dozan. Pardon me.
Oh yeah.
Weirdest thing. Urine-soaked blade.
Yeah, that's Bobo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man,
because for real, Ricky Dozan was basically killed over gambling debts by Yakuza.
Yeah. There's an amazing Ricky Dozan
Sakaguchi. Kevin says he thinks he's Seiji Sakaguchi.
Okay.
Yeah, pardon me.
Sakaguchi, yeah.
Sean,
that's a bloody Inoki match when they wrestle. I've seen that one.
Sean, there's awesome. This amazing documentary, like a 1 hour documentary about the life of Ricky Dozan, hosted by David Lee Roth, who apparently knows a lot about Japanese wrestling.
Right.
I forgot all about that.
And it's got to be floating. It's got to be floating around there somewhere. It's actually excellent. It's really good.
Oh my God! There's a dream Mystery Titans theater guest, David Lee Roth.
David Lee Roth.
Oh my God! Yeah, that's what we're aiming for this year.
Yeah,
I love it.
It was Don Morocco and Paul Walter Hauser, and
we talk shit about Sharon all night. It'll be great.
You know what? We have a better shot of that than Don Morocco.
Yeah, I think you're right.
We have a random masked wrestler getting in the ring with that.
No, it looks like 7. Yeah, it
like
looks
a
like
serial killer.
It looks like what's his name? Dustin Rhodes. Dustin Rhodes. Yeah.
Yes.
It's scaring the shit out of me. This guy's not part of the show. He's literally gonna kill someone in the middle of the ring.
I remember those.
Look at that
trophy. This is like a tournament final, maybe.
Look at that. That's how big the Hart Trophy should be in hockey.
In the NHL.
I remember those 7 vignettes, and I didn't know who it was. I was like, "What is this?" And then when he floats down to the ring, and I was laughing. I was like, "That's Dustin Rhodes." It's terrible. And that's the first thing they did. He gets to the ring. Could you believe they made me wear this shit?
Yeah, that was so
dropped
dumb.
the gimmick.
Yeah. Oh, I don't
'Cause he
know
was-
who that is.
Is
he was
that
a child molester.
it's not Destroyer, is it?
Gross.
No, it's not
No.
Destroyer. No,
It's really, it definitely isn't.
it's not Mr. Wrestling.
Mm.
What a face,
Wow,
man.
into
Look
the
at this.
crowd now.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. Like
The
Elvis
chin that would
Presley.
launch 1,000 ships.
They're all looking for his contact.
Who is Elvis Presley? One of the funniest things Nora and I will do watching Jeopardy is I will tell her to just respond with when every answer will say, "Who is Elvis Presley? Who is the king of rock and roll Elvis Presley? Who is Elvis Aaron Presley?" And they're like, "No, incorrect." Every time. And she's getting really good at doing it lately and trying to find different ways to say it. Who is EP? Elvis Presley.
EP. EP Enterprises. There was a store in Calgary in the Beddington Mall called EP Enterprises because it was like it sold like cards and magazines and stuff.
Peanut butter
But
and
the
peanut
owner
butter
was
peanut butter
he was
natter
a
sandwiches.
he was a huge fan of Elvis. That's why it's called EP Enterprises. And behind the counter there was like a
Amphetamines,
shrine to
lots of
Elvis.
amphetamines.
There's a
behind the
shrine
counter,
to Elvis.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
When I was a kid, that's where I got like hockey cards and hockey stickers and stuff.
So this is one of Sean's favorites.
Yeah, one of his favorite wrestlers. And we broke our rule. We're watching WWF post Vince Senior, but this is a short one.
Oh, is that a rule now?
I think it should be.
Yeah.
But
House rule.
we probably won't be able to stick to it. But this was
but also
Tenryu.
this is the era that we always get fucking dinged on by
Yeah.
YouTube.
Okay, yeah. Well, we'll
I mean,
see.
we generally avoid it anyway, but I mean, you know, it's inevitable.
I couldn't
Yeah,
help
here's-
it because it's Tenryu against the Brooklyn Brawler.
There's a
of all
Brooklyn
people.
Brawler.
Yeah.
And this
Yeah.
was a
Got
Saturday
Tenryu.
morning. Is this
Yeah.
Superstars?
It may. I don't know if I don't think it was Superstars. Yeah, it was the
looked
day
like
after the Royal Rumble that year, and Tenryu was in the Royal Rumble.
And what year is
That's
this?
right.
'93.
This is
93,
Superstars.
yeah,
That's
right.
not Raw. They didn't
Was
have
it
Raw in these
Superstars?
buildings. Yeah, this was on This was Saturday morning syndication.
Yeah,
What's up there?
it's so weird because this was the only
like-
match he wrestled other than the Royal Rumble. in
This
the
commentary
WWF.
is a different
Yeah.
language too.
Yeah, that's right. I think it's German.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of like PWO, a fair number of people would argue that Tenryu is the best Japanese wrestler of all time. He would rank pretty high on my list.
Yeah, he was great.
Didn't Tenryu have like pearls implanted in his cock to rib it for her pleasure? I'm not making this
I
up.
don't know.
It was in
Sean
Jericho's
it-
book.
can confirm.
I speak both Canadian official languages, and I will say "je ne sais pas," which means I don't know.
I gotta look
I
this
cannot
up.
confirm that anecdote.
I gotta look
Sounds
this up.
plausible.
It was definitely in
there's
Jericho's
it.
book.
Insecurity. That's maybe it. No.
Should be.
So weird. Why did they even book this match?
Just probably we need 6 minutes for a TV show.
Yeah,
Oh, he
well,
was
no,
there
no,
for
he's
the
because
Royal
he's
Rumble.
there. He's there for the Royal Rumble. They want to give him another match, another payday.
One more payday.
Put him in there
just-
put him in there with your most capable job guy, who is Lombardi,
Right.
despite the dumb gimmick, and give him a little showcase on syndicated television. He was on a pay-per-view the night before. This is free for everybody watching on Saturday. It makes total sense.
Well, at the time, Tenryu was running a promotion called SWS
Right.
in Japan, and they had a working deal with the WWF. They did various super shows in the Tokyo Dome in Japan at this time. Even like Tenryu against Hulk Hogan was a main event. Tenryu and Hogan against the Road Warriors. That
Right.
was on the Road Warriors WWE DVD.
Mm-hmm.
And he was actually in back-to-back Royal Rumbles. He was also in the '94 Royal
Awesome.
Rumble, and he's in when they're because on the '94 Royal Rumble is where they had the match with Yokozuna and Undertaker, where Undertaker died at the end, and wasn't he buried? Or I can't remember.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Tenryu was
no,
one
no,
of the
no. Yeah,
heels.
Tenryu was one of the
Nice.
10 heels
Yeah.
who had to kill the Undertaker, put him in the
Yeah.
casket, and he
Yeah.
ascended to heaven.
Yes, yeah, Tenryu was involved in that,
Cool.
and he was also at WrestleMania 7 with I can't remember his tag team partner, but they took on Haku and the Barbarian. Or no, they took on Demolition.
Oof, fuck,
And
man.
beat
That was a
Demolition.
dominant performance. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Great
Yeah,
stuff.
Tenryu can bring it. Of course, the best match Tenryu had with the WWF talent was again when Savage wrestled him in Japan.
Yes. Yeah, and that's
right
a
back,
legit
guys.
great match
That's
that
a
everybody.
legit great match.
It
Everyone
was
should check out if
Superstars,
you haven't seen
crazy.
it.
So now we're gonna get hopefully some good Tenryu, and we're also continuing what is now officially the Khan streak. 3 straight shows with a Killer Khan match.
Right.
I couldn't resist.
So I looked it up,
great
and
Killer Khan.
I looked it up,
Yes.
and the urban legend is like Tenryu had penis enlargement surgery, but in Jericho's book, he said what he heard while he was working for him was he had like small pearls implanted in there, so it was ridged like a stegosaurus for ladies' pleasure.
Just for added ribbed pleasure.
You kind of have to admire that. Cares about the pleasure of a woman. That's great.
Yeah, to have that done.
Yeah. Maybe that's common in Japan.
That's strong style. That's some strong style.
That's the strongest style. There we go.
Well,
what title was that, Sean? Do you know?
That's a good question. I have to give me a moment.
This is pre-Triple Crown, so it's one of the
85. I was going to say, yeah, that's
one of the three belts.
It's one of the 3 belts, but I don't know which one it is.
Pacific.
Off the top of my
Pacific.
Head. As you get older, Kelly, you'll find your memory sometimes falters.
I think it may be the Pacific one, the PWF.
That's
look at that guy.
likely.
That guy. Look, Tenryu is right there. Is a handsome man. You know, he was getting a ton of tail. He had to do something to fucking, spice it up a little bit.
I guess.
I think it's safe to call him ruggedly rugged.
Ruggedly handsome.
Yeah, man, he's ruggedly handsome. Good looking dude. A great head of hair.
Yes. It's on the Tony scale.
Yeah, it's up there.
And just the look, the stone-faced look always.
Tenryu really, especially in Japan, he exudes like being a total badass.
Stone face, stones in his
rebellious badass.
Same thing.
So let me ask your guys' opinion on something during the intro. So there's this one, which is very nice, had it special made and ordered. Feels great, nice cotton blend. A little
I wandered into.
A little less like jump off the page.
Johnny is very, very intoxicated.
Okay, now, no.
For the
no more than usual.
For
the viewers, let's just point out that Johnny is not talking about the things he's had done to his package.
Or this.
That's
really jumps off the page.
Yeah, I think that's the one.
Yeah, but it's polyester and
doesn't breathe.
We're going to a wrestling show, so
if it's polyester and you're going to a wrestling show, that's straight right there.
I'm talking about what I'm going to wear to the Dean show.
You may have to, you may have to use multiple shirts for that show.
You might need to bring layers.
And by the way, I'm barely drunk, but gummies are.
There you go.
It's all good. If you're in BC or Colorado, it's all legal.
Is this our new goal to keep a Killer Khan match in every episode?
The Khan streak 3 in a row.
Yeah, this is my
Khan. I got to find a way to sneak it in.
Kind of natural, not too forced.
Yeah, I like it.
A natural con.
Natural con. We've got what did we have? We had against Backlund. We had against Outback Jack. What was the other one on the first?
I think this might just be the second one. I don't think there was one.
No, there was 3. There was 3. Outback Jack and another match on that first.
Versus come on, Bruno's buddy.
Oh, Danucci. Yeah, I picked that one. Yeah, Danucci and Outback Jack, and then last time it was against Backlund from Philly. So this is 3. So 3 different eras.
The long con. We're calling 2024 the
long con.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Johnny, that can't be the title of this episode. That's the episode. That's our goal for this. That's a whole other thing.
Dude, the long con also has a dick joke element to it. So Wow, out of nowhere towards the end, we had I wrote down a natural con, but the long con.
The long con is perfect.
Just beat Virgil's dick blood.
Gross.
So remind me, Kelly, what was the? I know I've seen that Khan versus Backlund match. That was in Philly on what date?
That was 1981, April.
Right.
I'd love to see Backlund shouting "Con," just like
just like Shatner?
William Shatner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best
Or
part
Andre.
about
It should be Andre shouting because
Grrr.
that's the feud.
Yeah, exactly. It should be Andre.
Mhm.
Grrr.
You broke my ankle.
The best part about
there's
that
lots
is
of possibilities for
Captain-
feature con.
Captain Kirk. Captain Kirk was faking him out with that con because as soon as he flies away, he's like, "Beat me up." He'd fooled him with his great acting. It's the
Right.
Johnny, have you been reading our buddy Ted McCoy's Star Trek online Instagram comic he's been doing with artist Cam Hayden?
Well, I had no idea this was going on. I should
find it.
Nor did I.
I should. I'll
Travis,
find you
you'll have
guys
to
the
send us
link.
the link.
Yeah. I mean, it's
definitely.
unofficial, but there's they named a red shirt after me. You guys will like. It's really funny. You will piss your pants when you see what happens to me. Counselor
red shirts. If you guys
do they blow you out of a
the-
hatch? Do they blow you out of a hatch?
You'll see. It's way better than that.
Okay.
Speaking of red shirts, there's a book by that title I should recommend by John Scalzi. Very entertaining satirical take on that. The four
I want to
characters.
say
from
at
the one
Star Trek
that dies.
33.
Just send me a link because I don't fuck around with Instagram.
Yeah.
そうですね。これでなんとか。しかし相当効いてたんですね。腕ひしぎ十字固め逆十字ですか？行こうと思ったんですね。行こうと思ったんですけども、力で外してるんですか？今インディアンちょっと複雑な体型ですね。はい、インディアンねグリップにとってやっと逃れたんですね。逃れましたね。両者スタンディングポジションを取りました。その相撲時代の対決は天竜の記憶。
What I would call a slower paced start than I had thought.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I looked if this one was recommended on PWO and nobody created a thread, so I was thinking, well, maybe it's not a classic, but I had to just for the con factor.
Huh? The con factor. There's so many. I mean, but yeah, he's hosting his own show on cable. Welcome to the con factor.
Con factor. Yeah.
I can remember back in the day reading.
It's a political show.
Yeah.
He's like Bill O'Reilly.
Round table. No, or like
He's like a McLaughlin group.
Yeah.
McLaughlin group.
The McLaughlin group.
Yeah.
Speaking of things back in the day.
He's like, issue 1.
Yeah.
Green mist.
Noki was a member of Japanese parliament, and so is Hirohasa.
Green mist, racist or tradition? Go.
Go.
Yeah.
He's got that rapid fire.
That's a good impression, Johnny.
Really good. Woody Harrelson, talk about Woody Boyd. That's what he said on the famous Cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah, McLaughlin was definitely that 3 whiskeys before breakfast type of guy and a reporter. Just like Gordon Soley.
Yeah, I love watching.
Right.
I love watching that Cheers special with him, everything, because it's fun. They're funny, and he's insane.
Yeah,
it's
hilarious.
Yeah, he's always dialed up to 11 with his shtick.
Yeah.
1982. People fell in love with a little bar in Boston.
Yeah. Yes. Kevin says, I just wish Johnny threw wrong in that impression.
Yeah, I had no idea who he was when the Saturday Night Live skit started. I was too young to know.
Or the Sinatra group.
Yeah.
With Steve and Edie kissing his ass all the time. You're the best, Frank.
Yeah, that was a good series of SNL sketches.
The early '90s.
Not quite as
Classic
good
era.
as the Jeopardy ones that Will Ferrell and Norm Macdonald did.
Not a
So
word.
good.
I don't believe it every time. And it was Chris Rock playing.
Sammy Davis
from-
Jr.?
No, it was playing the lead singer of Two Live Crew. What was his name?
Oh, Luther Campbell.
Yeah.
Luther
And
Campbell.
every time he'd speak, Sinatra would be like, "Not a word. Didn't get anything of that." Until he starts talking about something about women. He's like, "I hear you loud and clear, Junior." I remember what it was. Really funny.
And Hartman doing Sinatra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. I love that.
Up.
I love that Joe Piscopo was so precious about his Sinatra impression, and it wasn't very good.
Right.
The writers would propose some stuff. He goes, Frank wouldn't say that. Like, what the fuck? Shut the fuck up.
それとね、やはり積極的に攻めてたね、キラーカーン選手の方が汗がやや出てきました。
What year is this?
ですから
'85.
Hey, our favorite year.
Yeah. Hopefully this picks up a bit because so far it's been kind of disappointing considering the particulars
The
involved.
personnel. When it
Yeah.
was 85, it was a very good year.
Well, in my
There he
experience,
is.
Killer Cons have been
Here we
They
go.
painted
Maybe
the
this is
ring
where
red and blue, and the referee had a black beard.
the All Japan split in half, like
Yeah.
odd couple stuff ring.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
red,
Pot-
you're blue.
Yeah. Potsy's on one side and Ralph's on the other side. Happy Days did that
It's a good
too, and I
Sinatra
always
quote.
go Happy Days. Sorry.
Because Johnny, you and I are now in the next verse of the song. We can't be in the when I was 35 part anymore.
Oh, okay.
Corey Hart was big in Calgary.
Warriors
Stayed up.
sunglasses that night.
1980.
When I was 35. Ridiculous.
It picked up as soon as Killer Khan did his high pitched scream and chopped him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm always a sucker for a Boston Crab.
Yeah, I
no,
like a
it really
good
picked
crab
up a couple
too.
minutes
You
ago.
guys
It was
know,
pretty
I
dire
told
until
the
yeah.
story. I almost crippled a friend with a Boston Crab
Yeah.
because he punched me in the face.
You know what's so
You
funny
don't fuck with me. You don't fuck with me.
is a line Max would always say when we first started doing Lucha Afterground is because someone would bust it out every once in a while in a match is I always have room for a half crab, and then lo and behold, co-owner is always fitting one in for him.
And
Nice.
here's the thing. I don't give a shit because it's wrestling, and if that's your finisher, because you can do it better than anybody else, great. That's all the logic I need.
Yeah.
But also, I go always, why are you doing a half crab?
When
The
he can
full
do a
one
full-
hurts
yeah.
more. The full
Yeah, when you
one
can do a
hurts.
full Boston Crab.
But you could put all your if you're working that one leg the whole match.
Right. Well, and that's how Lance
all your-
Storm did it. That's how Lance Storm did it. So it made sense. But dude, always I was like, it's the half crab. Let's just do the full fucking crab. You'll break
I
it in
know.
the
I
back.
felt the same way when I was young. Like the half crab is a waste of time.
Again, if
telling
it
you.
wasn't your finisher, Lance Storm was the master
Yeah.
of the half crab.
Yeah,
That makes perfect sense to me.
Nice little cradle by Khan there.
Hey,
Wow.
nice drop
Standing
kick
drop kick.
for a man that size.
Yeah, it's like Bruno in 1963.
Those drop kicks are crazy.
In 1963,
I wrestled
it
in
was a
Buffalo.
very good year.
Yeah.
They
I
built the
wrestled in
stairs at
Buffalo.
Boston Garden.
Just for me when I was 23.
No, when I was 17, that would be better. Where I was 17.
He does a whole epic song just about the stairs. How much he loves them.
When I was 35, the stairs were still there.
They were
Still there
beautiful,
for me.
fine craftsmanship for all who would stand.
Oh, there we go. Tenryu's going out the big
It
throw.
gave me extra pep when I was 55.
And I walk up the step.
This show is
That could
this
be
show is so
AI.
this show is so stupid.
I love it.
I
But
know,
that
me
could
too.
be an AI. That could be an AI we could record of just Bruno.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Just that song just to the stairs at Boston Gardens.
Okay, okay. You and I work together, right? We'll get the lyrics down to something.
Oh, I love that.
Ooh,
that
nice
was awesome.
elbow.
1, 2, 3.
Beautiful
No.
elbow.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love a blind reverse elbow.
Yeah. Yeah. That's sweet.
Yeah, Tenryu could really work.
His hairstyle. He's got that's a Warren Beatty.
There it is.
That's a Warren Beatty haircut.
Yeah.
There's the
Is that
Inzaguri.
an Inzaguri? Yeah. Fucking awesome. So I wonder if Fighter Hayabusa in pro wrestling on the NES was based on Tenryu at all as well. Who else? Who else did the Inzaguri?
Inoki.
Inoki. So yeah, it must have been both of them.
Yeah, I think it would be more Inoki.
Yeah,
that was more of a
First later on.
I mean, the wrestler looked Western, but his name was Fighter Hayabusa.
I mean, a bit later on, I mean, Kikuchi, who we saw a couple years ago.
Oh, yeah?
Of
course, in that legendary tag match. Yeah.
Crescent kick, and then there's...
This is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, Kawada did quite a good kick.
Mm-hmm.
What are we getting here?
Holy shit! They almost missed him.
Look at that.
He flew at him like a couch.
Yeah.
Definitely matches. Definitely.
Oh man,
geared up.
Yeah, dude, I'd be down with more Tenryu all year too.
So they knew they were going somewhat longish, so you start slow and start slow. Then you get.
I know. I broke one of my cardinal rules by commenting on the quality of a match before it was over.
Mr. Modern Wrestling here just wants it all to be quick right away.
That was going to be one of my rants.
When people are like, "This match sucks," and then
I've been holding my tongue.
Later, oh wow, it's
man
good
yelling
now.
at Cloud.
Yeah.
But modern wrestling's too fast paced.
Yeah, this is the best con match we've seen for sure.
Oh, not the best con match I've ever seen.
Not the one
on the con. If we're starting the con,
the long con,
the long con
from the long con, so it's better than the Backlund match from.
I think so. I do think so.
Yeah, I think it. I think it is too. Just with
I didn't like the Backlund
last
con
5
match.
minutes is. Really
I liked
good.
it. Granted, you know, I'm gay for Bob Backlund, so
yeah, me too, though.
Hey.
But
I might not go that far, but I like Bob Backlund.
It's an expression. I don't mean literally. I mean, he's a happily married man. But I mean, come on, you see those buns? But I've seen the Killer Khan Terry Gordy match, so not the greatest con match I've ever seen. We need to.
Well, that one's going to be tough to top.
But this is.
I agree with you, Johnny. But
crazy.
we're talking about a sample size.
Yeah, this has gotten
matches
really
so
good.
far.
I wish there was a fan cam of Con Hogan that Joey and I.
Yeah. I've never seen fan cams from the Spectrum.
I mean, was the prism?
We can see that. Look, you can see the oyster.
There was no prism. I'm pretty sure
there was no prism. It was 87. So
to zoom in.
Oh yeah,
there should be a prism.
The oyster. Okay, if it's on prism, we need to find that.
Yeah, because prism went to 89, early 89.
Then it exists.
Yeah.
I bet you Landy would have it. Hey.
Yeah, it may even be on his Google Drive. I don't know.
Reach out to him if he has that card.
Oh my God,
do that.
It's been a while since I got to drop that intro.
Landy's a big deal these days.
Yeah, I know,
I
man.
heard.
He's working for Conrad. No.
I
Oh,
know.
yeah.
Hey,
Awesome.
you know, hey. We knew him when.
Yeah,
Way
I
back
know.
when.
I did
Boy.
the first podcast he ever did. It was me and him. Did
Right.
a couple shows.
Kevin
Yeah.
saying, wait, you guys never found the footage from Super 8's camera from all those Spectrum shows.
No, that's impossible. Those are lost. They're in somebody's attic, maybe. But it was actually just
along
the
with
one.
some skeletons.
More ref bumps. Look at this.
The first
Fuck
time we
yeah.
ever saw him was the only time.
Oh my
he had
god,
the
this
camera.
feels like this is like a
Yeah.
long-standing
go.
feud.
Yeah, I think this is it. Yeah, too bad. Thrown out.
Like,
Yeah,
there's
I
got to
wonder
be
if there's a
more
rematch.
people
Are we
throwing
getting
shit
streamers?
tickets. Yeah. Holy shit! Yeah, I
Needed
want
some-
more.
Oh, there
If
we
it
go.
had some blood, this would be an
Maybe
all-timer.
we'll still get some.
Yeah.
Well, you have to go on to Cage Match. etc. to
Haku?
find
That's
Oh,
more.
that's how.
Haku.
Yeah, that's how.
Yeah, right. A beautifully
Yeah, is
shot
it Haku?
in the
No.
Mrs.
Yeah, that's
Mrs.
Haku.
Mrs. Robinson shot. You're trying to seduce me, Haku.
You're
Yes,
trying to
I
seduce
believe
me,
I did.
Mr. Khan. Mr. Khan.
Mr. Khan. I do know he was a young boy there. I'm not sure that
He was.
Was he?
definitely.
No, I don't
That's-
think it was Hack.
Dude, I think that was.
I think it was.
Really? Because he was
I have to
already.
see him again.
Hold on a second. It's 85.
I mean,
He's no
Haku's
younger.
not Japanese.
Yeah.
No. He's not.
But I do no, he wasn't. But he was. I do remember seeing him.
But he wasn't a young boy in 85. He was.
No,
fucking
not in
King
85.
Yeah, he
Tonga.
was
Yeah,
already
yeah.
King Tonga.
Right.
In WWF. Yeah.
It did look remarkably like that.
Yeah.
young
It
It
did
Haku.
Where's the
look
resemblance?
like
Are you
him.
trying to seduce me, King Haku? That's the title. That's the title.
So here's a good question at this time. Who's more ruggedly handsome, King Haku or Tenryu?
Oh, Tenryu. I wouldn't call Haku ruggedly handsome. I don't.
I'm just throwing it out there,
He was rugged. He wasn't handsome.
He's
but
just,
not the handsome part.
he just finds
No.
Sean just finds anybody handsome who he knows can beat the shit out of him. I think.
That's a large number of people. Then.
Yeah. But
The only time I can beat
Haku
somebody else is if
famously.
I'm on skates.
Interesting. Ending
It's Lancaster.
Who was
This is
Lancaster?
Kabuki and Tiger Mask.
I know everyone on there except Lancaster.
Yeah.
Brief time as a law firm. Larry.
Have you been injured in a mist accident? Call Kabuki.
All right, so this
Speaking
is
of
our
fan cams, yeah, we got fan cam footage here, boys.
Nice. Of
Sergeant Slaughter and Stan the Lariat Hansen.
where is this AWA?
This is AWA.
Okay.
This came up on one of those YouTube channels that you recommended lately, Johnny.
Yeah, but it's just because I look around for shit and stuff pops up and I go, and sometimes I'm like, I look at a few things, I go, I don't have time to look through all of this, but I'm gonna send this to Kelly. Is
Yeah.
it's a team. It takes a village to make a YouTube. We just turn each other on to shit. Check this shit out.
Yeah. So I looked at the channel.
Oh, is that?
This was one of the
It's
first
Scott Ledoux.
videos.
Scott Ledoux.
Yeah. And of course, Hansen's the AWA champion at this time. This is 86. Yeah.
Yep.
And I've never seen this before. Like two
Oh,
greats
this
from
is
the
awesome.
era.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I may have to forgive you, Kelly. It's been a great early birthday present, all this weird footage.
Yeah, man.
I'll have to
Yeah,
forgive
yeah.
you for
See, I
that
said it was
3
my
minutes of
masterpiece.
Vancouver riot shenanigans.
Smash bang to the nuts. I
But
cannot
this is
tell
the
you how many
last.
times I
This is
watched
the main
it.
event of the evening.
I had to. Yeah, that was on the list. I had to cross it off a while ago because I think we have it. I think, with the last one, but
Yes.
okay. It's long, but
Yes,
it's the
yes.
best one. It's the best one. I normally like to keep it short. No,
Yes.
it's the best one. Yeah, this is right after I saw Stan
Here we
Hansen
go.
win the title live.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, not too long after. I think it's February '86
Yeah, it was January. It was me and
or
Dan- yeah.
December, the end of December.
End of December.
85
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Was
It was-
the title change?
yeah, it was like
Oh, good.
like New Year. It was, gosh, Day after-
days
Talking about
before
the
New
super
Year's
card.
Eve.
Yeah.
I think it was the
Fuck
29th.
yeah. Let's go, Sarge. Oh man, I love both these guys. I'd be that dork in the. I'd be the dork in the front.
Oh, dude,
Fight forever.
I'd be the guy who accidentally spills my beer on you.
Yeah.
Both these guys is worse than Fight Forever.
Fight Forever. Yeah, I agree.
Fight Forever stinks.
There was one good Fight
But
Forever.
both these
There was
guys
one
sucks.
good Fight Forever, and it was Nakamura Zayn at NXT because it felt. I think that was the first one, and it
Because
felt
it was the first one.
Yeah,
it was the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that at your place.
Yeah. That's when I was.
So this is Chicago. So we've come full circle. First
Okay, cool.
match of the night was Chicago. This probably the Rosemont Horizon, I guess. I think that's where they did the shows.
Another observation though from that Death of the Territories book. It did seem like for whatever reason there was no explanation that McMahon took a particular interest in fucking with Vern Gagne.
Well, a lot of people say it's because he offered to buy the AWA. They even had a meeting at an airport.
Yeah, the airport meeting, it didn't go well.
Yeah, and Vern was with Greg, and they declined the offer because they had just had their best year ever, ticket sale wise.
But there was another story that Vern was going to sell to somebody else. Gosh, I can't remember who it was, and it would have been a good deal. But he's like, I need a guarantee that my son has a job. And that was the deal breaker for the other company. They're like, no.
All right, let me just see your son.
Can't fault him.
Let me just see your son, Vern. Holy shit. Are you fucking serious?
No, I think this was backstage. As a backstage guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, because he eventually ended up with WCW. Greg did, as an agent.
That's right. Yeah, it's been a few years since I read that Death and Territories book.
For fuckatash.
Yeah, that was an homage. That one time Roman Reigns said it. That was Vince's last homage to Vern.
Yeah, that's why. Like, why the fuck did they make Roman Reigns say suffering succotash? It was,
Vincent had one of his girls dress up like Vern that night.
Crazy Vince after all the money, hit chair shots, drugs, and being rich. He goes, one last Vern. Vern had just died, probably.
Was that when he died?
It is now, Kelly.
And was around that time, I think.
I think it's within.
Wasn't it around the time that he had the match with Lesnar at WrestleMania?
Let's just say yes.
Yeah,
we cracked the code, you guys. We figured it out.
Let's play loose with the facts to make a good story. Yeah.
Sarge needs a haircut. Is all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
he's wearing a long hair.
It's a little long. That's fine.
He's joined Ron Kovic as being Veterans Against the War, growing his hair out.
I want nothing to do with my country. He's at that stage.
No.
He wants his country back.
My country needs to stand with its veterans. Tell him, Ron.
My country stinks.
The VA hospitals in this country are disgraceful maggots. The food is full of maggots.
Literally. I regret using that metaphor for so many years.
Let's see what I can zoom in on here.
Oh, by the way, a little Sergeant Slaughter teaser for upcoming episodes of Mystery Titans Theater when I'm mixing up my weird psychedelic stew. Sergeant Slaughter in animated form is going to be making some appearances in and out of matches. I found a treasure trove. A treasure trove.
Interesting.
Oh, that's very effective, Johnny.
Awesome.
We're getting some like G.I. Joe episodes.
It's all G.I. Joe shit, but there's a remarkable amount of hey kids, be sure to tune in to G.I. Joe this week. with
right, where it's
with
legit
real
him. Yeah,
it's him.
yeah.
It's great.
I remember those. Yeah,
Really,
awesome. Be there.
Yeah.
I remember he'd be in like the
Maggots,
NBC
maggots.
teaser. Yeah.
Sergeant, they're children. Sorry, old habits die hard. Damn it.
I can remember a few years ago watching the G.I. Joe movie and having a drinking game and getting totally plastered. Because we set the criteria way too generously.
So it had to be a social every time they went Cobra la 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 la.
Well, every time someone goes go
Remember
Cobra
when he
or
asked?
go Joe or
Yeah. Remember when he asked if
18,000 laser beams on the screen and no one gets shot.
Right, that was something. Even when I was 10, we were like, "Why aren't they getting killed?"
So many laser
beams. I was a teenager, and Cobra la 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 la. I recognized that as being coded for Arabic, and was like, "Well, that's kind of fucked up. That's more fucked up than these snake people. What the fuck is going on in this movie?
Yes,
it's nuts. It's a good movie. I'd like it.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
It's good as like sit back, dumb and weird. And
I haven't seen it since it came out.
It's not bad,
but it's like weird though, right? It's weird for G.I. Joe. Yeah,
it is very
It's more like it's got more like anime. It's more anime style because it's the same thing that happened with, to some extent, with Transformers, right? Became more adult and a little more like went in a weird direction. Yeah.
I mean, it's not as amazingly crazy as the Transformers one, which as a 17-year-old, I saw for the first time on acid and loved it.
Yeah,
and,
awesome.
Well, I mean,
it's still really good.
The Transformers movie has the advantage of having Eric Idle in it, and Orson Welles, and Leonard Nimoy. Whereas the G.I. Joe movie only has
and a crazy great soundtrack.
Hold on, there's okay. Hold on a second. There are some voices in the G.I. Joe movie, my friend.
And but Burgess Meredith is the star, the veteran star, who doesn't quite rank with Orson fucking Welles.
Yeah, his last film credit was Unicron. He was a planet, a fat joke.
From
and it doesn't have a Monty Python member.
From crisp coating. It doesn't roll off the tongue. You know this is shit, don't you?
And John Motormouth Machida is in Transformers the movie.
Yeah.
Judd Nelson, of course, is the star, is like the lead of Transformers the movie.
Yeah, Hot Rod.
AKA Rodimus Prime.
Well, G.I. Joe the movie did have Don Johnson, Burgess Meredith, and Sergeant Slaughter. That's nothing to sneeze at.
That's not a bad 6-man tag team.
That's a 6-man tag team that'll win the
trios.
Yeah, they'll beat the Von Erichs.
Trios.
I'm just saying, pull up the cast list or voice list for Transformers and compare.
Oh yeah, Leonard Nimoy. Leonard Nimoy as well.
Release?
Yeah. No, it did. Yeah, the G.I. Joe movie definitely got a theatrical release. And originally, and you can tell when you watch it, Hawk dies. Like Hawk fucking dies, just like they killed Optimus. But they changed their mind at the last minute, and there's this 80-yard voice thing at the end. It's like, and Hawk is okay in the hospital. And that's
hilarious.
I
haven't watched it since I saw it. I saw it when it first came out somewhere. I think I rented it, and it kind of scared me because I was a little too young, right? Because it's weird. You see Cobra Commander's real face. It's really weird.
No, it's his real face because he's already turning into a snake.
Yeah,
because he's
That's
got
right. Yeah,
because they're in Cobra Law. Cobra Law. I thought that stunk, but it was weird.
It was weird. It was weird. Yeah.
Now, granted, by the way, I had already had sex at this point, and I rented this fucking movie. I was 16 years old.
G.I. Joe was still cool, no?
I was just like, all right.
You had sex with your... You're talking about sex with your G.I. Joes, though, right? G.I. Joes are swimming in the water.
Luckily, my one girlfriend I'd been with at that time was into toys. and toy play. So
there's Lariat.
She preferred
Big
my
Lariat.
master. She preferred my Masters of the Universe. So, Ram Man.
Well, those
Ram
toys
Man,
are fast.
Ram Man was her favorite.
Hard drive.
Uh-huh.
Hard drive. You know, you guys ever go hard drive on
So,
social
Johnny, are you
media? Or
trying to
do you
say
know,
that
like they
Ram
had
Man
a
had
thing about
multiple
the
purposes?
Master of the Universe. Yeah. They were talking about that recently. Man, it's tough to tell from a fan cam, but this has been good.
Oh, it's very good.
Yes.
It's very good.
And just because I said I didn't think Hanson was the best ex-football player, it doesn't mean that Hanson isn't one of the best wrestlers ever.
Yeah. Like, I think he's top 10.
Depends on your sample size.
It depends on what you consider your top 10 in a performance art. So,
Very subjective.
What was Parv's acronym for?
Oh, good Lord.
Big
One
Love.
was NJPW too, right? Was one.
Maybe. But
It was
Big
Big
Love was
Love.
the yeah. Big Love, Big
Big
Love.
Love.
The toilet
So what
humor
was
of that
it?
acronym would fit right in with the show.
BIGLAV.
What's the B? No,
Bullshit.
go through them all.
Bullshit.
I don't even know what they stand.
It was bullshit, inherently godless. Forget the rest.
It was
Hilarious.
funny that he did it, then he ran Inoki through it, and Inoki scored too high for him, and he's like, "Wow, fuck it."
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mildaskris was another one, I think. Guys he didn't like.
Clearly, I need to work on Big Love. Big Love gained. Yeah, that's what happened. Big Love gained sentience, took Parv over, and turned him into a right wing.
It's like Vision. It's like Vision.
Oh, God.
No.
You're right.
It's Skynet. It's Skynet.
No, Big Love is taking Skynet, Schminet. Big Love is bigger than Skynet. Big Love took over Parv. Big Love took over Parv and said, "Throw away your career, Professor." Yes, Big Love.
That is when Parv did.
It's like when Brainiac took over Luther's brain.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had some of those comics as a kid.
Whatever happened to the Man of
Whatever
Tomorrow?
happened to the Man of Tomorrow? Yeah, I knew Kelly would know what I was talking about.
That's
I
great.
just watched the
I've heard that.
JLU episode that kind of.
I've heard that
was
title before.
inspired by that.
Who wrote that?
Alan Moore.
Yeah.
Alan Moore. It was the last Superman story before John Byrne rebooted him.
After the pre reboot.
It was the wrap up to everything I grew up with, and it's tremendous. Tremendous.
It's a classic.
You could probably find that pretty easily.
Oh yeah,
online,
it's online in used bookstores. It's been trade paperback,
readily available.
Yeah.
I've been reading Mark Miller stuff lately.
Yeah,
so I've been
I'll dig into that.
work.
Sounds right up my street right now. Oh,
it was two.
Double
it was
count
2 issues. It was 2 issues.
Yeah, 2 issues. Yeah.
I love it. Here's what I love, Sean, for your birthday.
Yeah.
On your 50, as you turn 50, all this unfinished business. We only have a minute left here. It's like all they're saying is, no, we ain't over by damn sight. 50 is just the fucking start, baby.
Because you're not gonna die tomorrow, Sean. You're
No.
not.
I mean, we really hope not. We really, really, really hope not.
You can make
it. That makes 4 of us.
We've jinxed it. You won't make it now.
I'll live to see the Canucks win the Stanley Cup.
He's not gonna. Hey, you know what? He's
It
gonna
might
drop,
happen.
Hey, YouTube viewers, he's gonna drop dead during the Patreon. If that's not $5.
Oh, here we go. Stan's not done, or is he? Oh, ooh.
He's done. The Sarge's had enough of him.
But seriously, happiest of birthdays to you.
Yeah,
bud.
man. Happy birthday, Sean.
Thanks everybody for following. Kevin, thanks for sticking with us all show. Matt,
thanks,
Kev,
Kev.
checking in.
You're the best.
We love you guys. What the hell? Who's that weirdo?
That's Blassie. Blassie, because he was the vampire in Japan.
He was.
Sharp